Welcome to episode 24. This is the Kobe episode we saying right now. Rest in peace, Black Mamba. I'm Marcellus Wiley, that dude. What has happened since we filmed last? Playing some pickleball, caught the fever once again, so I'm playing some pickleball again, dressed for it. Pickleball after the show.
Today?
Playing today, 1:30. You get the invite? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Y'all ain't get the invite? We playing at 1:30.
Did you?
Damn, y'all gotta check y'all apps. Y'all ain't up on your apps. Y'all ain't get it?
I didn't get that.
Damn, it
I would've
shows
brought
too.
my stuff.
Oh, well.
Which means they weren't invited. He trying to play it off. They trying to play it off.
for
The
real?
reality of it is.
Match. For real? That's crazy. Oh, let me tell you this. Okay, so it is confirmed, but it ain't confirmed. So anyway, went to practice yesterday. MJ is doing this one-on-one still. He gets a little small group stuff because of his hand. And there's a kid, and I ain't gonna put too much out there because the kid's dad used to play college basketball and pro overseas. This kid's 9. When I tell you there's not a better 9-year-old in this world than this little kid, he got an Instagram, so next time I'll get his Instagram and stuff. He got hezzy. He got step back 3. He got whatever they want to call, like go under the basket, reverse layup, alley oops kind of stuff. And he's 9. So he's probably going to be on our team. So our team, which is like top 10 ranked right now.
Are you paying him? Are you going to pay a 9-year-old? Are you going to NIL the 9-year-old?
I had a bigger bag of Skittles.
There you go. There it is.
But here you go, little
It all starts with Skittles. It all starts with Skittles.
So maybe one day he'll be playing on the Lakers looking like this. I don't know.
We hope not.
We hope not.
Hey, that's going to take way more than one day.
Hey, remember you was talking about my real jersey?
Yeah. Oh, whoa. I'm going to save some of these jokes just to be respectful. Because I ain't never seen nobody on the Lakers looking like this, so I can't imagine who this is.
Hey, that's because they never signed Uncle Remus.
Nah, because it's Trip. Nah, for sure. Market Office, episode 24.
Yeah.
Good Friday.
Okay.
What's up, everybody?
Friday.
Hey, roll.
Yeah. All right, I got one question. What era did you grow up in where the tank top without the shirt? Did I miss? Didn't Fabulous school us to this? FABOLO.
I got tattoos, so I let that cover up.
Oh, you let the guns. You show the guns.
Yeah. Ain't no guns. I used to have the guns, but ain't no guns.
Okay, so this is how we bail, huh? So if you were going to a Laker game, is this proper attire? Would you do it?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
That's not proper attire.
Oh, boy.
That's not proper attire for your own house.
Hey, you would believe, man. Hey, the block dress like this. Trust me.
Believe it.
We know the block.
That's like Lizzo sitting with her ass out.
Yeah.
Like when Lizzo would go
Yeah.
with no panties on, sitting up.
Nobody want to see that.
Nobody want to see
And when
that.
Lizzo gonna stop lying? You taking Ozempic, girl? I'm with you. Yeah,
She taking
gotta
something.
be.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You
You
on
can't
it?
go from a whale to
You
a
on
goldfish
Ozempic?
that
No, but
fast.
I would.
Nah, I don't do it.
I would definitely
Oh
do
yeah,
Ozempic.
You on Ozempic?
I'm on Ozempic. Yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Shit.
What's the side effects?
You
I
got
heard
any
it's-
extra?
Hiccups. No.
The best was like,
It make you say, I better not eat that. And it'll do it any way it needs to. It can say diarrhea, excuse me. It could go hiccups. It could make you say, you sure you want this acid reflux? Like, it's a smart drug. Yeah. I went to the doctor, real talk. I went to the doctor maybe 8 months ago or something, and normal checkup, he said, damn, your blood pressure a little higher. He's like, whatever. I'm usually like a 110, 70 kind of cat. Like
Naturally?
Naturally. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm Michael Phelps up in there.
Wow.
Not this time. And then he was like, so he's like, yeah, you're weighing a little more than normal, 298. He's like, yeah, I know you came out at 282 when you were 21, but 1, you weighing 16 pounds more than that. 2, look at you. You look like Trip. No, I'm stop. So,
Hey, dude. Hey, I'm a handsome guy, man.
he said the guns ain't out. So I was like, damn, doc, okay, whatever. He let me go. He called my wife because she in the medical field, and he was like, you need to tell your husband either he's going to have to lose some weight or he's going to be in trouble. So then she's like, baby, you got to go lose some weight. I was
What
like,
kind of punk doctor you got?
I know. He went behind my back. HIPAA laws.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Did you sign off on that?
No, but I'm glad he did because I wasn't going to do shit unless he did that. I was going to be the same OG. 300 now, homie. No, but seriously, he gave me this line. He said, look, either you take Ozempic right now or you're going to have to take it later. Yep. So I was like, oh, come on, for real? He's like, dog. He said, you're too old. He said, you're 50. Your metabolism is slower. You're losing your testosterone. You have tried to lose weight. You ain't going to lose it. He's like, I'm not trying to say you weak. You just ain't him no more. Yep. Right. So he's like, let me help you out a little bit. And then I talked to a few of the homies that take it. And I was like, oh, really? But it's gotten to this vanity, like, Hollywood girl drug when it's really like, yo, it's a good drug you might die if you don't take this shit. So I'm on that.
I'm going to prove you wrong, man. I'm going to get in shape and show you I don't need Ozempic. Right now.
Lakers in 5. Who we got over there?
Hey, yeah, Hatch in the building today. Let's go. Let's rock. I'm ready.
Richie P. So I know I got to get there quick.
Yeah, you better. You better.
He gets on me about my opening every week.
Every time. It be fast.
Representing Clippers, Clip City, Chip City this year. We're going to get it.
Even though he's from Chicago.
He been incognito into the playoffs.
Never heard him talk about the
never.
Clippers ever.
He ain't even went to a game. When last time you went to a game? Who was playing? Michael Cage?
1984.
2 weeks ago.
What? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
With you.
That was the tickets we gave you. I gave you them tickets. I'm talking about you paid your hard-earned cash.
Never.
Last season.
Last season?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go to any games this season.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like it. I didn't go to Lakers games.
That divorce
or
whooped your ass.
Clippers
Let me
The
She took my tickets.
Fun's a little different.
The girl took my tickets.
You weren't
She
allowed to
had
go
the
to the
game
game?
with her new boo.
I'm gonna say wifey in there with a 30 Curry Jerry on. Yeah, that's my baby.
She looking like Trip. She got on a bikini top. She rubbing her new little boo. He half her age. She like, go James Harden. James like, I got that money for you.
Got you for the chicken.
Crazy. That's your family life.
Hey, life be lifing.
Life be lifing, dog.
Facts.
Oh, man. Love. All right, who we got here?
Wait, one more thing.
Uh-oh, go get it.
Okay, jump back.
Hey, first of all, if you're going to wear that like you wearing that, wear that.
Button the button.
They ain't how to mess
button the
just
bottom
wear it.
button.
That button ain't buttoning no
Button the
more.
bottom button.
Oh, no, it's buttons.
Button the bottom
Hey, you
button.
gonna go Simone? You gotta go Simone, Holmes. You can't be wearing it at the bottom.
I told y'all it was hot. I got to get this thing off of me.
Take the hoodie off.
What's your one more thing? Who you about to shout out to?
If you haven't seen it, go back to episode 22 and watch the intro. It will change your day. You will be laughing for 10 straight minutes.
Is that the one where we were roasting
Yes.
for 20 minutes?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
that was
Go
crazy.
back and watch that. I watched it last night.
Yeah.
I literally was crying, screaming out loud. It was that
My
funny.
wife was watching it and was cracking up.
Dang.
So that's why I know we was cooking.
All right, 22. We're gonna go
Yep.
back and watch it.
Deuce.
Damn, you having some lonely Thursday nights. This motherfucker- Let me watch the intro of 2 episodes. Why his boo at the game though.
With his tickets.
She winning. Oh man, these women in divorce court. All right, what we got here? Oh, boy.
Just New York City's finest. We back. Another episode. Let's do it.
Are you getting smaller? Or like your head is just shrinking? Like,
Pause. Pause. Let's pause that. Please. Please. Please.
that is crazy. I just said that.
That's because you always seeing me with a hat.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
what it is.
I swear I wasn't even joking. It was kind of like I was like, I hope it's funny, but you look little as hell. Where your head go?
Oh, Beetlejuice looking.
I
You
like
see
it.
somebody with a hat a lot. When they don't have the hat, it always looks different.
Oh, okay, that's what got me.
Yeah.
And you know what else looks different? And this is something I didn't know. I ain't know you had the Lambo.
I don't know what this man talking about.
I knew he had it. I
we-
seen him in
You
it.
seen it?
Is it
I
outside?
don't walk
Is it
y'all out
outside?
enough.
I don't know what they talking about.
Is it outside?
No, it was at school.
Oh, he drove, what you
Wait,
got?
he had the baby in it. the baby with the pacifier and the Similac just spilling on the Lambo. I'm like, you are rich.
You rich.
No, where'd you get that?
When I go home, it don't look like this.
Oh, because you in the Lambo. You ain't got to go home. That is this.
No, I gotta go home, or else I won't have that lamp.
Where'd you get that? Is that new?
Not new, no. It's been around for a little bit.
It's new. Okay, what is this? ATL? New? What are you talking about?
Within a year.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I miss that? You don't drive it to school much? Oh, that's what it was. I'm not lying, dog. I'm getting the Tesla. I know I just saw him, so we said, all right, dog, I'll see you later. And then I heard that sound. And it's like, you broke motherfuckers. And I'm like, what is this? And then wait, window was like cracked at that perfect degree where you can see the eyes. And he was like this. Hit me with the 50 cent. And then he dipped.
I always give you the
Spidey,
same
baby.
out every time.
It looked different that day. It looked different. I was like, he got a Lambo truck.
We walked out of here
Damn.
last taping and walk out the gate. And I was like, damn, whose Lambo is that? Blaze like, oh, that's mine.
Oh.
Like it was a Schwinn bicycle.
I don't talk about it. You see, I don't talk about mother. I don't ever talk
looking
about
like
that stuff.
Snoop and Baby
Like if you
Boy
see
with
it,
the
you see
eye.
it.
Yeah. He only talk about the Jetta. He only bring up
I
the
didn't even
Jetta.
talk about the Jetta, even though it's not a Jetta. But
Gotta stay
I'm
incognito.
gonna go with that. I like that.
All right, let's talk about these Lakers right now in respect to this jersey right here. A little conversation that's been bubbling is LeBron obviously in position to maybe win his second championship with the Lakers, 5
First
overall,
championship, actually.
which will put him on that Kobe level.
First
in terms-
championship, actually. Don't get it.
Oh, you ain't gonna do the bubble?
don't do
No,
it.
don't
We
do
don't
that.
count.
We are not champions. We are not in position to diss somebody who has crossed that barrier.
On my hat when they did it.
Okay.
23. It's real.
Is that a COVID
It's as
hat?
real as your jersey.
I've never seen that like
I don't know if I ever saw
He
Trip
need to wear
without
this.
a hat.
A lot of his gears.
Oh, wait, who is this?
Yeah, I'm a different guy, man.
I've never seen him without a hat on. I've never
Oh,
seen that
man.
head.
What did it say? The bubble.
The bubble.
Okay.
To be clear.
Mama 824.
Okay.
Hey, it's just a special hat.
Respect. All right, we're gonna go hatless. for
Tell
this
us,
topic.
tell us you
Out of
bought a
respect.
hat off the street without telling us you bought a hat off the street.
You mean an outfit off? That's true.
Bought that
All
from Slauson.
So we're gonna figure out right now, as we discuss, should the Lakers, because LeBron's put them in this position again, knowing all the all-time great Lakers, knowing coming off the Colorado story of Shedeur and Travis getting their jerseys retired, where it can go a lot of different ways. Should LeBron James have his Lakers jersey retired? Just Blaze, what you thinking?
Nah, he should have his jersey retired, but not by the Lakers. I don't think anybody looks at him as a Laker. I think he can get it retired in Miami. For sure, he's got to get it retired in Cleveland. But with the Lakers, he just seems more like an addition. Obviously, he's the focal point, but
You want an addition in Miami? That's
Nah,
an
because
addition. There was been Wayne Wade already there.
it was,
new
but
addition.
I feel like they changed the dynamic a little bit over there. It was really built around him, and I don't know. I give him more Miami. And he won 2 rings in Miami,
But
So-
he would have been a Laker a lot longer than he would have been a Heat, right?
but he did
Yeah.
more on the Heat.
But what if we get 2? He already got 1. He gets 2. He in position to get 2. But even if he doesn't get 2, Lakers lore, we all know Kareem.
You see them people in the
But
up
that-
in the,
so- so
that
was
it
part of
ain't
what I
about
was-
2.
Right,
It
that was
ain't
part of
about
where I
3. You
wanted to
gotta
go.
have 4, 5,
Okay.
6. That's what's up in the banner. We talking about professional sports. It's not gonna be okay. They 1 or 2 championships and you get to be part of this legacy. No.
Can I give you this math? And I'm not shooting at anybody, but I gotta say names. A Worthy, a McAdoo. Can I give you that guy who has Worthy? You have 3, 4.
I would say 4.
Okay,
At least.
Worthy 4. Can I give you GOAT plus 1? Can I give you GOAT plus 2?
Well, I also
Wouldn't
don't-
that be the same if not better?
No, because I again, like I said, I don't think he's looked at as a Laker. So I'm not saying it based solely on rings. Because, I mean, like you're talking about Cleveland, 1 ring can get you up there.
Yeah.
The Lakers, they got so many championships that even if you got 2, that doesn't necessarily define you as worthy of that. I just don't think he's considered a Laker from anybody.
But it would be the Lakers bestowing it upon him.
Yeah.
So that would mean they would consider him a Laker.
Yeah. Reconsider. Read some litter.
Yeah, but you also got to look at your fan base.
Well, we
Nobody
definitely.
considers him a Laker.
Why would he
Well-
have to look at a fan base to have his Laker jersey?
That's who
retired?
buys them tickets.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're for sure right conceptually, but for sure he will be up in the rafters.
He probably
in
will.
the stadium,
I
because
wouldn't be
it's-
mad at them
that's
if
what
they
the
did.
Lakers do. It's about
That's
flash. It's about the moment.
Man,
Just
they-
the
Paul
Colorado
Gasol
thing is a good.
retired in the Lakers.
Yeah, they did, huh?
But that's because
Yeah.
that was
Come on,
Kobe's
man.
boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's,
so
which is-
Kobe's boy can get retired.
Then
but it's Kobe.
LeBron has single-handedly
Arguably the
kept
greatest
the
Laker
LeBron
of
will
all
still
time.
be. He'll still be in the
So
rafters.
only one
for sure,
franchise
even if he don't
retired
win.
the jersey.
Nah,
No,
he already
anybody.
gave him 2.
I think
I
Miami
think
and
they all need to
Cleveland.
give it to him. He brought a chip.
No, but then you have to do that across the whole NBA.
I think you should do that. I mean,
But
if you
then there
donated
ain't
or
gonna be no
contributed
space.
to playing and got that team a ring.
Do you know
need
how
your
many
jersey.
people were on the championship team that won 1 ring? Like, I don't think he should go up as a
No,
Cavalier.
not
Oh no, he's got it. He
He's
brought them their
going
only
to.
championship.
That's one. I'm not
They
impressed
only
with
got one.
I know.
That's why he deserves to be up there.
Hey, how much for them ribs? I take one.
So Kyrie's going up.
He should. He was drafted there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's a lot harder to go up in the it should be a lot harder to go up in the rafters. If again, you're talking about in the franchise history of hundreds of years, there's a bunch of people that played for those organizations and got numbers and got championships that, okay, now since we're in the social media era, we're going to give this to these type of players. I don't think it's deserving.
I think it depends on the franchise's history.
Yeah.
So like Lakers and Celtics, if you got 17, 18 championships, I don't know the exact number.
Yeah,
but
fair.
if you got that many championships, yeah, you're gonna be a lot more selective with who you put up there. But if you Cleveland and you've never had any, and this
Right.
guy brings you your first,
so again, go
to the
back-
point where like a Vince Carter needs to go up in Toronto and he didn't even bring him one.
Right.
He just brought the flavor and the
Yeah.
fresh
So is that
and
what
it
we're
made a
doing
destination.
now?
Oh, they all do
Yeah.
it
So
based
if-
on
and then all these people are going to be up in the rafters. Then it's going to be like, oh, that's not.
some
a big
people
deal.
deserve it. I
Some
think
people.
Penny. I don't know
So
if
let-
Penny's
let
retired,
me
but I
ask
feel
you
like
this.
he should have been retired in Orlando.
Orlando.
And he didn't win.
I'm
But
agreeing
why?
with you.
Why? And that's
His
why
impact, like
Thank
who he
you.
was.
And that's why
His
LeBron's
impact.
going to be retired as a Laker. Impact.
He might.
Remember Kobe after the second championship with Gasol. So that's 2011, 20, no, 20.
2012.
No, it's like 2000.
No,
No,
it wasn't 12, 'cause
It's like
12 was
2009 because Miami
Impact
was the
was
Heat.
12
the
and 13 was
Dallas.
Miami.
Right. So early 2010. Let's say that world. The Lakers were not the Lakers, right? They're going back to like that after Kobe, Shaq off, going back to the mid 90s. You're like, ugh. And then nothing was changing their fortunes. Kobe kept getting hurt. Kobe had to retire. Kobe getting a big contract. Nothing changed their fortunes until
They got
LeBron.
Powell.
Yeah.
Huh?
When they got powers, when they won though.
Oh no, I'm talking about after that.
Oh,
After
that.
that,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they
'cause
were
they won with-
trending down for 4 or 5
They
hours.
went down for 7 years or so, and then LeBron comes. Then they get a chip, and now they in position not only to get another chip, but forget the chip. We got Luka because of you, LeBron. Because if LeBron ain't here, you think Luka just getting traded to the
So
Lakers?
you're saying impact is more important than rings?
Oh yeah, because if you
Really?
got so many
what's
rings,
sports about then?
But everybody
I
don't win a
thought
ring.
sports was about rings and winning championships, and that's. But if you're talking about, I have to make an impact because Odell Beckham made an impact, but he doesn't have rings. So you're gonna put
So
any.
but the
I'm
Giants
just
also
saying,
have rings.
That's what I'm saying. The Giants. So he's supposed to go up in the Giants' ring of fame because he made an impact. I'm just disagreeing with that throughout of all sports because I don't care about no impact. You got to win championships here.
So with
I
to
say-
go
Barkley,
up in the rafters.
Yeah, oh, get him.
Barkley and Karl Malone, you don't think their jerseys should be in the rafters?
Ooh,
Because they're
that's
two of the
tough.
greast power forwards
That's
to ever
tough.
step on the
It's
court.
okay.
Yeah,
but
Hey,
they
hey,
don't. But
turn
they
your
don't.
punk ass.
But they don't win a
Or
ring.
when it,
What are you doing,
and
boy,
again,
in the hood? How you doing, man?
I think rings and longevity mean something. I don't think a short-term impact means anything in sports now.
Short
What are
term
we considering
impact.
short?
Short-term impact would be Kyrie at Cleveland. That's
That
a
wasn't short term.
To me, it was. You didn't play no
That's what I'm saying.
10
How
years.
many years? How many years are we?
He was
talking-
there, what, 3 or 4, and
More
won
than
a
that.
championship.
Yeah, remember Kyrie was drafted there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You gotta remember them dark
He
days.
wasn't
Yeah.
there 10 years. Is that safe to say?
But who
You
cares
talking
about the number? Your mind goes to, you think of Kyrie Irving, you be like, ooh, he was in Cleveland. Oh,
One,
he hit
so
the
you're
shot.
saying, okay, if him going
Right.
to be in the rafters for winning one championship, right? So did he turn it around?
They
Did
only got one. You
That's
gotta
what I'm saying.
respect
So-
that.
But what about the Ron Harpers and
Not
Mark
only do they
Prices
have
of
one,
the world?
He's
Kyrie hit
reason
the
why
shot
Thank you.
that won it.
That
I
won it.
agree. Great.
That's arguably one of the greatest game winners of all time.
Yeah. And
Right.
I don't know what else we argue.
Nobody goes up in the Raptors for one moment.
Oh,
That's
not true.
in
I don't
sports.
know.
One moment can change your
Did Doug
career.
Flutie go up there for the Hail Mary?
he didn't.
Absolutely.
I bet he did.
But again,
Don't
that's
do
just
that.
me.
One
I-
moment
I-
can
I
define your
disagree.
I would
career.
say, Hatch, it depends on the player and his stats and how he brings it to the game, because every player isn't LeBron.
Right.
This guy went to 3 different teams.
That's not impressive.
To me, it is.
Oh,
I
that's
can't
not
do it.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
That's
Are
impressive.
you okay? What you need a drink?
I
I know
ride
you
with
don't
you
drink
all the time.
alcohol.
I know you love
need
Jordan.
you need alcohol today.
I know you love Jordan.
Yeah.
But
This
that's
is not a
impressive.
Jordan. What's impressive?
He
that
went
you-
to 3
go to 3
teams
different
and won a
teams and
chip
win a championship.
every
Every team.
one of them.
Even though you cheated on
You,
winning.
Every team.
It's
it
still
only,
good.
there's only one thing more impressive than that, and be real. Be real. Don't you dare talk with no bias. Going to one team that has never won it and in 1 year win it.
That's
Kawhi.
big. And LeBron. I mean, when he came
No,
back.
no,
He came back. But
No,
yeah,
no,
I
no.
know what
1
you're saying.
year. Go to a team that's never won it. You go for one year
and win it.
and win it and
then
live.
leave out.
That's cool.
I mean, that's talking about. I got the baby.
Okay, so
So should
that-
Kawhi be? Should
That's
Kawhi
right.
get?
who?
And should
Which
he get-
rafter should he be in? If
Both.
Kawhi
Both.
does not win for the Clippers,
Okay.
right? Should he still be in the rafters?
He will be.
As a Clipper.
He will be.
So now it's going back to exact
It's
again.
gonna be Spurs.
I think he will be because
His
where we're at
impact for the
today.
Clippers, he changed the Clippers. Like we
But
looked
did
at the
he?
Clippers different.
But how did
He
he
did.
change him when
He
they
made
didn't
some
win
We
nothing?
never really thought Clippers had a chance of winning.
We still
no,
don't.
Lob
Clippers
City.
got the-
We don't do that.
Lob City
Don't
was
do
a
that.
pump fake. It looked good
Wait,
at
wait,
first.
wait. No.
Don't
do that.
You're
Don't do
saying
that. Kawhi came, we were
he
like, oh, they really
changed-
might get it.
No,
They really
no.
might
He
get it.
changed the perception of maybe 1 million people in Los Angeles. That's it. He didn't change the
Nah, across the
perception in the
board,
world.
Don't do that.
When him and PG first came
And you're
to
one of
LA,
the 1 million, and so are you. But he didn't change the
When PG
perception of
and
people
Kawhi
in
first
Houston
came to
and
LA, people
Miami
thought
and Cleveland.
they were legit gonna win.
But they didn't.
Of course not. But he's
So
still.
just because you made an impact doesn't mean that you should be in the rafters of this organization
But have you
for
watched
for
him?
life.
he go,
You know what's interesting? Sidebar, which is really combining y'all points, because you got me on the Kawhi one, which is weird because I prop up Kawhi.
Right.
Where should Kawhi really have his jersey retired?
Right.
San
If you had to
Antonio
pick one.
and Toronto.
San Antonio's tough because he was never the top
Never the
dog
guy.
when they
that
won.
last year he was.
He did it
Was
making
he?
yeah.
impact.
That last year he was the go-to guy on that. In that
Okay,
last
when
year.
Duncan was starting at
Yeah.
ashes to ashes.
Well,
Okay.
the year before the last championship because he played there one more
Okay,
year after
my
that.
memory doesn't serve me well, but I was like, okay, there. Toronto is crazy.
For sure. He
Yeah,
brought them a
because
chip.
they only won one chip, but you only play 1 year, but it's like, all right, we got to do it. And then the Clippers, we got to the Western Conference Finals finally.
Is that all? These are not these are not wins. These
I
are
think
not
he changed
wins.
the whole
Got hurt in
culture
that.
of the Clippers when he came here.
That's not a win, though. We're not just because
But we're
you
not just
guys
talking about
haven't
that.
won. Now you guys won. The whole world feels bad for y'all, and we're gonna let you guys put everybody who played
Wow.
up in the rafters.
It's not
Like,
everybody.
not
That's why I said
happening.
it plays in the franchise history also. Because how many jerseys are retired with the Clippers?
As of right now, I have no.
You the
idea.
Clippers guy.
What do you mean? What you say?
That-
What do you think I go to the arena and be like, yo, what's up?
It's got as many
wait,
jerseys
wait,
as,
wait,
as many
Clear
jerseys
enough
as
to
you see.
Ain't no fans there.
As many
No,
see
no,
everything.
No, I'll be like this. So I go into it dome. I walk in. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey, Lady Richie P. How you doing, girl? Okay, hold on.
Lady.
Okay, holla at you, boy. Hold on. Not now. Okay, 4 or 5. Ain't nobody count no jerseys when I go
But I
up
was,
there.
as a lifelong Clipper fan, I just think you would know, all right, such and such was retired there.
Yeah. of
I don't
course.
know who was
Yeah,
retired
that's
as
who's
a
up
Clipper.
there. Such and such. I have no idea.
That's my point. Which is why Kawhi
Is
needs to
going-
go up there.
is
Because
going
he's
up
probably
there.
the greatest Clipper.
Okay. The
to
Los
date.
Angeles Clippers
Is
are
he not the
one
greatest Clipper?
of
Chris
2
Paul?
teams in the NBA that currently have no
None.
retired
No wonder
jersey
I haven't seen
numbers.
it. It ain't up there.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you
We waiting to win.
So again,
gotta
my,
match
to,
those
my,
championships.
to my point, to my
point.
point, right? To my
We gotta
point.
win.
You got 100 years, whatever, how long the Clippers been alive, been around.
How old you
and
think
one person
NBA is? NBA 100 years.
But wait, to be fair, they had the worst owner who didn't
That
want
has
to
nothing to do with
it
this.
plays
That
into
ain't
it
got nothing
because
to
he
do
didn't
with
want to
it.
do
We're
nothing
not talking
for those
about
players.
owners. We're not talking about owners, right?
Yeah, you're right, but we can't add
That's not
everything.
part-
I'm just saying.
We gonna add- you gonna
that
add-
plays a little into it.
Not
gonna add
right
the
now.
climate
Not right
into
now.
it, too,
Not right
like,
now.
oh, well,
So you're
we're in
saying,
LA.
so the person who
Obama
comes
is
to
more
the
player-friendly.
Clippers,
I bet you he will.
right, makes an impact, doesn't win a championship, deserves to be the first one up in this whole organization.
Nah, he ain't getting in if they have not.
But
given
this is why
one.
I brought up ownership because Ballmer is way more.
I just wanted you to answer my
player-centric
question, though,
than
instead of the
Sterling
Ballmer
was.
thing.
Sterling,
But
I'm
Ballmer
gonna
ain't
get
got-
to you. I'm gonna get to you, but it's going along with
Here
your
they
point.
go. All right,
Sterling.
round one. Ding, 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 ding. Hatch. In this corner, we have Matthew Hatchett. And in this corner, we have Justin Gridon. They hate each other. They never will admit it, but they'll fight through it.
That's my guy.
Round one.
I
Count
just
how many times they fight, y'all.
I
my
just
man.
like cooking them, but we good. I brought up Sterling and Ballmer because Sterling don't want to do nothing for his players.
That's
so
facts.
having the jerseys up there is not having them up there is not that crazy to me because he never did anything.
That
for them.
is a great
But
point.
Ballmer,
He was a hater.
He's so involved with his team
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the way he's invested in them
Yeah.
that I can see him when Kawhi walks off.
Yeah.
Out of the just showing him love, the fact that he was able to come there and change that franchise over when he took ownership, I think
He
he's
got
gonna-
the same spirit as the president
Right.
of Colorado.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
forget all that other
Yes.
stuff.
It's a team
I-
spirit.
But
It's like-
that's not the
I'ma look
discussion.
at-
The
yeah.
discussion
No, I'm-
is it deserving?
He's the owner.
What word
That's
you
what I'm
just
saying. He said deserve it.
Is it deserving? Just
You got
because
CTE.
Ballmer does
That's
it,
CTE.
We looked at each other at the same time.
Deserve it is a word.
is it? Yes,
Yeah.
it is. And I didn't go to Columbia.
Hold up. Look, I ain't go to Harvard, so I'm not always right.
Deserving is
But
very-
I don't think
That was
deserving.
PC. Yes, that was PC right there.
Can you look it up? Deservant.
Yes.
I don't want to get off this page.
I believe that's a word.
Someone looks
Deserving.
up deservant.
Deserving.
And if it is a word, some things shouldn't
Deserving.
be.
Yes,
Because I don't
deserving.
want you in the middle of a conversation saying, man, he deservant.
Deserving meaning.
That's what it means.
There you go. Deserving meaning.
Oh, this is Android. I don't trust this. All your shit green.
Deserving meaning. There you go.
Wow, it's
Get that Columbia.
no. He
wrote
lied.
No, I'm not. It's
No,
right there.
oh my God, you a liar.
my
No
dad
wonder
back.
you got F's. He wrote deserving meaning in the search, and everything under it says what word?
Deserving.
Deserving. Shut that motherfucker.
See? And that's why we argue.
Where? Yes.
'Cause that's how he gets
Not
his facts.
one word
That-
says deserving.
See?
It says you dumbass. This is
hey.
what you trying to say.
That just solidified every one of our arguments. I come
No,
with
you do
facts. He comes with that.
He's like, it's in there. No, it doesn't. And he won't take an L. He will not take an L.
It's not a standard English word.
Because it
Exactly.
Not a standard.
It's a Latin word.
Give him the mic.
It's a Greek
Get the
word.
mic.
The word is deservant is not a standard English word. It's likely a misspelling or
Right,
a
it's not a word.
misinterpretation of a word of the word deserving. A sentence using deserving would be, she is a deserving winner of the
Deserving
award.
yet.
I just
Hey,
explained
all
it.
right.
I
You
have
don't
heard
say
people
it.
say deserving, but I guess
were
it's
right.
I guess
yeah.
it, it don't
Yeah,
count.
not a word.
I did too. When I was like tutoring
12.
for GED, I was helping them get I was like, that's not a word. You gon-
We
you gon-
still don't respect
All
Columbia.
right.
We
No,
still
no,
don't
no,
respect
no. All right. Whoa.
Can't say that after
Go
what you just said.
Langston. Go Langston.
LU in the building.
All right, so
Y'all just
we
lost
got
all
a
your
good argument
scholarships.
here, and I actually love these conversations because neither one of us is right until the results come in, and then it's just gonna support what we thought, right? But there's cases on both sides. Like that Kawhi in Toronto, give it to him. That Kawhi with the Clippers, you wouldn't have got it with Sterling, but Ballmer might give it to you even without a chip. LeBron as a Laker has done so much in terms of what she wanted old Kobe to be. And I mean, he was old. And Jeannie was like, I got to hold on to Kobe as long as possible. And then he had to retire. And then it just was like, what y'all going to do? And then they did it. And just like how Kobe and Shaq drafted and traded here, brought the Lakers back from Showtime because it was dark then. LeBron has done the same from whatever you want to call the Kobe Gasol era.
I guarantee that the first conversation that Jeannie and LeBron had was, "You're going to be in the rafters when you leave Los Angeles." Yeah. He's gonna be up there. We're just talking about
he's definitely gonna.
Does he deserve it or not?
Is he gonna get that statue too?
No.
Yes.
He's not getting a statue.
Yes, he is.
He'll get the statue in Cleveland.
He's getting the statue.
It ain't enough room in
He
front
ain't
of
getting a
Staples
statue in
for
LA.
Crypto.
I bet you.
He gonna be over there by
Look at the
Tom's
peop-
Urban.
There's only 3 people that got statues, and
It's only
it's
Kareem,
Magic,
Shaq.
Oh no, Shaq. I forgot about Shaq. Don't
Shaq
Magic.
got the one doing that. Shaq is doing this.
The
Over
dunk,
when you
yeah,
walk
the
in,
dunk,
you're scared. You think it's gonna drop on
Right.
you.
Somebody
It
got
ain't.
Magic didn't get the statue. Kobe got.
Gigi. It's Kobe and Gigi.
I thought Magic had a statue.
Kobe and
Oh,
Gigi.
so Kobe got 2.
And Matt, does Magic have one?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, okay, Magic
Magic.
there. And Kareem got the same one?
I haven't seen
Yeah,
Kareem.
yeah.
I haven't seen
I
Kareem.
haven't seen Magic's or
I've seen
Kareem with my
Magic.
I'm
eyes.
asking. I'm not. saying
I'm
I know,
asking too.
because I
I've
felt like he
seen the
did.
other ones. I've seen Shaq. I've seen Kobe, Gigi.
I've seen Magic. I have not seen.
Shaq
Okay, so
having
you seen
one and
Magic.
Magic don't have one. That
Shaq
was-
got
Chick
one.
Hearn
No,
has
no,
a
I know
statue.
Shaq.
Chick Hearn has his. Yeah.
That's
So
wild.
so
I don't know if LeBron.
I don't think LeBron-
Those are all
I
lifelong
don't-
Lakers, except for Shaq.
Kobe, Kareem, Magic, Jerry West, and Shaq.
Oh, I
So,
ain't even
yeah,
seen Jerry
so
West.
Magic does have.
So if I'm LeBron and if I'm Rich Paul or whoever runs this Brandon, I don't want to push for the
He
statue.
ain't getting the statue.
Put it
go up in the
to your
rafters.
point. You could go in the rafters easily. Don't nudge for that statue because it's gonna be bad PR backlash. You ain't them. You ain't them. Like you know what I
I
mean?
would just want the statue in Cleveland if I'm him.
Yeah.
From there,
Yeah.
it's your hometown team. You brought them
Yeah.
their only chip.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even care about a statue here.
Yeah.
That's real talk. All right, let's move on to this because real talk. I don't think there's realer talk in basketball right now than when Brandon Jennings is saying to Pat Beverley and back and
yeah.
forth.
The
Whoa.
10 and under club.
I mean,
That had me screaming.
oh
Yeah.
God, I'm so thankful for like just whatever you call this new media, independent media. Like you hearing it from the sources. It ain't got to get watered down. You ain't got to have a guy in a suit saying what you said. Give me extra spicy, ma'am. Like he is literally saying, Pat Beverley, why are you trying to challenge me in basketball when we already played basketball and we saw how this went? And Pat Beverley was like, yeah, we saw how it went. My career, I've been on teams with you. I've been on teams before and started. Like, you act like I'm a bum. He's like, 10 and under club says you are not who you say you are. So I want to go to you first, Just Blaze, and tell me, what do you think of this whole back and forth and who could win the battle if they ever get on the court?
So I think at this stage, Pat Beverley would win. Only because he still actively plays, and
He can win
Brandon
in basketball.
right n- if they were to play today,
What you talking about,
because
podcasting?
because
I thought you were talking
no,
about the verbal back.
no.
Oh, okay.
I think Brandon Jennings a better player, but I think if they were to play today, Pat Beverley would win because he still actively plays. I just saw Brandon Jennings play some non-pro players, and they was giving him the business. And Beverly's a pro who's still playing. So right now,
He's in Israel, right?
yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
I think they Tel Aviv. I think
One of
I don't
them.
know. We don't watch. We not watching
One of them
this.
Aren't those
6'5".
the same guys though? Aren't those the same guys
Who?
that he's playing? Is Pat Beverley
Well,
playing?
no,
in
those
Israel?
are pros. It's a different. I mean, you are
But-
pro, ex-pro athlete, right? So somebody who actively trains and plays that sport every day.
But he's playing
regardless
against
of talent
lesser
level,
talent over than
but he
Israel.
still actively trains every day. Let's say he wasn't playing,
Yeah.
but he just goes on.
Yeah,
and
two different
trains.
conversations. You got caught in a split there because I know where Hatch is going.
Yeah.
He's like, look, you training, so you probably better than BJ. But who you playing against might be them
The
UCLA
same
dudes down the
guys
street.
at
Like,
UCLA.
It's some
That's-
dudes that just be walking in at
Yeah,
UCLA,
but-
6'8", and you be like, who this
But
dude?
Brandon
nice.
Jennings is not even playing.
Yeah, you know, that's
So
why
that's what I'm
it's two
saying.
different
Like
combos.
that's why I
Yeah.
only say if they were to play today, I'm going to put my money on the guy who's currently active and in top shape.
Okay, but that's
Just
a
for that.
little hypothetical, even on your stance of I don't know what shape BJ is in.
No, I've watched him. You know,
Okay.
he's been playing one-on-one games on YouTube. So I seen him
Which
just
one?
get cooked. He was
Brandon
playing with
Do you think
Brandon Jennings.
you don't think he could play against Pat Bev?
No, I think he can. I'm just saying I think
Have you
Beverly would
have you
get the
seen
best of him.
Patrick Beverley like score points?
No, I said Brandon Jennings a better player. But I said that.
So you're,
But
are we
my
talking?
point
You're
is,
talking about a one-on-one scenario.
I feel like I'm better than a lot of people. But if I haven't played in 6 months and I go and play against somebody who's been playing every single day for the past 6 months,
I
he
still
might
cook
get
his
the,
ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get mine,
If you're a
but he
scorer-
might get the best
If
of
you're
me.
a shooter, you're a shooter.
Still
Brandon Jennings one of the best shooters.
Being in shape and
NBA,
actively playing makes a
But
big
one-on-one
difference.
is not being in shape.
That's what I'm
One-on-one
saying.
is
You
a little
one-on-one.
more.
It is.
I got game.
Because when
I
y'all
ain't
guys
gonna
in the
quit.
weight room every day and he walking you down that court and you're playing one-on-one, he's backing you down because you out of shape. You can't do nothing about
Pat
that.
Beverley.
He ain't
back
backing
Bigger than
nobody
Ba-
down.
He's much bigger than Brandon.
He's
Jennings.
thicker. He
shoot.
ain't.
Pat
Yeah,
is
BJ
much-
is
he's
yeah,
skinny.
he's skinny.
Everybody who Jennings been talking trash against, the first thing out their mouth is, "Man, you too small."
Too small.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
single
He
one
is.
of them.
He
said
is.
that.
But those are dudes that are saying that.
Yeah, what I mean,
Patrick Beverley's
You
not a
want girls
dude
to
when
say
it's no. I'm talking about when I say dude. I mean,
Nah, it ain't not everybody.
PB is not that type of
Marcus Thornton
offensive-
said that to him, and he was okay, but he wasn't that guy.
All right, let's get back to the basis of what this is, which is really good. And thank you, Jake Paul, and the other, what's the other Paul name? Logan Paul. Thank you, Paul,
Paul
for
brothers.
bringing this whole exhibition spirit back to sports. Because the original, oh yeah, brother, like the Hulkamaniacs. Remember, like what was it, Rocky IV, when Thunderlips
came out, put
came
hands
out
on
there
him.
and
Yeah.
gave Rocky the business. That
Yeah.
was the first time I saw like exhibition. I know they had like Muhammad Ali and all them doing it as well. But now we're in an era where we can see former pros or still pro but not playing the NBA.
Yeah.
They talking that talk because they want to walk that walk, and there's money involved. Pat Bev, like, I put another $100K on this. I'm putting money down.
Yeah.
The trash talk element, the spirit of the competition that doesn't retire when you retire. You liking that, Richie?
I like the talk. Brandon Jennings didn't feel like he was talking about basketball to me. That felt ultra personal.
Isn't that the best trash talk or no?
Yeah,
You talking about
absolutely.
to Pat Beverley?
To Pat Beverley.
It got personal because Beverly like sunned him on camera. He was like, "Let's put up 100,000,"
right,
and everybody was saying Jennings looked scared.
And then
then it got personal.
And I
'cause-
saw Jennings' response to that.
Yeah.
Right.
And he looked genuinely hurt to me.
Maybe you don't have 100.
And so right,
the
exactly.
internet told him he was
And I
scared.
think that's what I think that's
That
what he
100
was-
rack, what'd you say?
That's and I think that's what he was trying to defend. Yeah. And I think it hit him in his manhood a bit, not about basketball, but about life and big bank take little bank.
Ooh.
And that's what I think the response was, because he kept talking about the 100. And he was like, and it's not even about that. And then he started talking about giving him clothes and stuff like
knows
that.
something
Like he
personal
had
about it.
done charity to Pat Bev and his family. I hooked your family up. I gave you clothes. You slept at my house. So that was a signal that whole thing was about the money part, not about basketball at all, but about Pat Beverley trying to punk him about being a man.
Well, here's where the internet turned on Jennings, because at first you could see it just looked like Jennings didn't have that 100 grand to put up, so he was backpedaling. But then Pat Bev said, "All right, we ballers, right? Forget the money. Let's just play one-on-one." And then he's still back. He was like, "Well, you didn't score 10." At that point, it's like, "Oh, now you just look scared."
Okay, can I be a public defendant? You ain't got to pay me much, Brandon Jennings, but let me defend your ass. There is a point in life where someone wants to challenge you, and everybody think it's a challenge, and you like, one, I don't think it is one, so I'm the one that has to sign off on it. But two, it's no win in it for me. Me beating, if I'm Brandon Jennings, who scored 55 before, right? If I beat Pat Beverley, there's going to be no win in it because people going to say, you're supposed to.
I agree.
And then if he beats me, it's all upside for him.
It's a lose-lose.
So it's a lose-lose. And then on top of all of that, dog, who the fuck you, like, I don't have to go, as soon as you say hello, I got to say hi. Like, I ain't got to jump to your every command. And I feel that way sometimes when people call me out, or I'm like, dog, I don't have to answer you. Like, no.
You're not on my level.
Yeah. And then they be like, oh, you scared? Oh, you don't want the smoke? Oh, I'm like, dog, I didn't live my life looking for smoke. You don't live long looking for smoke. And on top of that, I know what I can do, and I'm comfortable in what I've done. So is there no part of that?
No, if I'm Jennings, I'm not even playing him.
Okay.
I think he's not.
I'm on a different level.
Yeah, Pat Bev was never on Brandon Jennings' level. At no point. So if I'm him, like, I'm not
Right,
you. No
but-
matter how much money.
but you
well,
know
no,
what,
I'm not
Blaze?
To
saying-
the point of why
I'm not gonna
Pat
say no
Bev
matter
is
how
going
much
to all this. Okay, I'm going to talk about you. Oh, I'm going to come at you harder. Oh, I'm going to offer money. I'll do whatever just to kind of
be in the conversation. And then Jennings just called him out on it. I think it was yesterday. I saw the
Yeah, I
clip.
saw that.
He's like, this is just what you do. You just want attention because you jumping in everybody's
Yes.
conversation
Yeah, pretty
when
much.
you're not even involved in it. So then I was like, okay.
You got to
I
qualify.
respect that. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to qualify, and sometimes you don't qualify. Like, I've been on both ends where I'm like,
Yeah.
I would love to challenge him, and he probably like, man, please.
Get outta here,
And then
young
vice
fella.
versa. Like, man, like when you first get drafted, and I used to love to race and go lipo to lipo, and then somebody tapped me one time. I was like, dog, you better stop that running.
need
Them
to run
hamstrings cost a lot. You know
Don't
what I'm
need to
saying?
run
You
versus
racing
this
some
clown.
You just racing some dude who fast, who just said, I beat you, Wiley. And then you like, oh, I got
Yeah,
you.
no
Like,
upside.
Elephants,
Ain't no upside.
elephants don't swat flies. Right?
Damn,
That's true.
they don't?
Just keep it. No.
What the trunk doing?
keep it moving.
The trunk just chilling in it, just letting them fly, land on his head.
There you go.
And so
Just
you
let
got to
it
let Pat Bev land on you if you Brandon Jennings.
Just keep it moving.
All right, who's the better podcaster? Have y'all even checked out both content?
Oh, Pat Bev.
Absolutely
Pat Bev
not.
got him.
Pat Bev.
That's probably why the internet's turning. See, this is why I hate about the internet is so smart because there's so many people out there, and that's why it's so dumb. Because you literally get lost in all conversations. This was a basketball conversation. Who should win? BJ, except he's probably not in shape. But BJ was a better basketball player than Pat Bev. Now you take it to the internet. Pat Bev, because he's a better podcaster. Pat Bev,
people
because he
behind
can talk
him.
that talk.
Yeah.
Pat Bev can talk 8 points a game into 80 points a game and have BJ
And it's-
backpedaling.
And it's still only 8 points a game.
And it's still, that's crazy. That's the Logan
Pat
Paul.
Bev, Pat Bev is from the west side of Chicago.
Yeah, so he gonna talk.
He
And-
talk that talk.
And if you
That's
know the
all
west
it
side
is.
of Chicago, that's all you got to know.
That's
it
all
would be
they
like
do.
being in the deepest, darkest of where you guys are coming from. You don't play with the west side. So him talking that shit and
in high school,
and puffing
he was a
up,
dude.
yeah.
So I was
Pat
gonna
Bev
say
has
that,
been
too.
the dude.
They
Because Jennings always
dudes in
talks
high
about how
school.
his height, what he did in high school. And I'm like, well, if you
Pat Bev too,
Pat
though.
Bev was that guy in high
But
school
not-
too.
that
but
guy
not,
too.
But not like Jennings. Jennings was
No, he was
special.
prolific.
Yeah.
But if
yeah,
you look at
there's
their
still a
numbers,
difference, yeah.
they were the same. Talent wise, he was
Pat
different.
Bev?
Hell.
No,
No, he was
he
in
was
the
the first
lottery.
person to go overseas and get
right.
that money,
Then
skip
he come
college.
back.
Yep.
So that's the issue. So you don't feel any urge if I'm Brandon Jennings to go take this battle, or is
but-
the internet gonna win and clown you and shame you into doing it?
How could Brandon Jennings possibly beat Pat Beverley in basketball?
He's not
right
beating
now?
him right now. And let's remember,
There's no way.
Pat
There's
Bev
no
has
way.
always been a good defender, and
There's
Jennings
no way.
wasn't. So yeah, Jennings might get a couple off, maybe, but he can't play defense, and he's probably going to get stopped to
And
an
past,
extent.
Okay, do you
and
know what
past
type-
5
do you know what
points,
type of
Brandon
defender-
Jennings
you know
going
what
to be
type of-
gassed.
Yep.
Do you know
That's
what type
where
of
shape-
defender
being in shape comes in.
Beverly is though? Right, he's a team defender. He's not
played-
a great
he-
on the. He's not the best on the
He
ball
was calling him
one-on-one
Mr.
defender.
94 feet for a while.
They were, and
Nobody in NBA went 94 feet ever.
He
so-
was.
Yes, he did.
That was
Hatch.
his thing.
That was him.
He was
Hatch.
playing
He
people from
was.
baseline to baseline.
well, Hatch. Listen.
He don't watch
It was
basketball.
He doesn't
94.
watch
Yeah.
basketball.
First of all, yes. First of all, yes,
preface
I
all-
do.
preface
Second
all
of
this.
all, you guys are
You just
lying
said
about
nobody
the
does it,
94
and he literally was known for doing it.
But have you ever seen
And
him?
it's probably doing it in Israel right now.
Probably.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
That's
I've
what
never
keeps
seen
him. That's
him.
what keeps him in leagues.
I've never seen him steal the ball on this
Move
side.
that
Of,
goalpost again. You moved
I've
that
never seen
goalpost
him
again.
steal the.
Hey, Hatch, you gotta learn.
I ain't said it
I
yet,
have
though.
figured
I
out
haven't
why
said
you
it, yo.
are still single. Because you don't like the L in single. There is an L in single.
But I ain't saying nothing, no, so I gotta take an L. I haven't
said
said
a lot.
it yet.
You said a lot. You said he wasn't Mr. 94, and he was Mr. 94.
No, Mr. 94 in the media's eyes and people who don't know the sport's eyes.
Then
yes,
you said,
that's what
I've
I'm
never
saying.
seen nobody play 94 feet.
Because
I said,
that means
that's what he
he's
was known
taking-
for.
that means-
Then you said, but I never seen him get a steal doing
I'm
that.
trying to
just
give you the
kept moving the
definition.
goalpost.
I'm trying to give you the definition.
that?
Because you
Every
say
time.
something, you think that's the
Every time.
definition, but that's not my definition
Hatch.
of it.
You gonna
Right?
you gonna ever settle down? This is
You
really
wrong. You wrong, Hatch.
I ain't say nothing yet.
It's okay to be wrong.
What did I
It's
say?
okay to be wrong. It
Oh boy.
happens.
Oh boy. I got one quick question.
I thought I was stubborn.
Dog.
Damn.
You.
I don't get it. Though.
I'm familiar with that guy. I'm only that way with my wife. But everybody else, I take
E40.
it. And E40, yeah, that's right. You ain't gonna talk shit about E40. I got your back, E40. Most consistent rapper ever. Damn right.
False.
There you go. I got a quick question. Y'all, what's your favorite podcast out there? Sports, like Gil's Arena.
Get your popcorn ready.
Like all that.
Sorry.
Motherfucker plugging his
You
shit.
gotta bring it back.
Okay, yeah, bring it back. All right, what do you go to? What's your go-to real
Probably
quick?
Nightcap. I like Nightcap and Gil's Arena.
Okay, which one's better? Don't give me that they different. I know they different.
They different, but they the same.
Which one?
It depends what
gun to
mood-
head, you on
depends
the
what
island,
mood
you
I'm
take
in.
one.
I'm gonna say. I'm probably gonna say Gil's Arena. No, I'm going Nightcap.
Nightcap?
Because they cover more. They talk about it's like how we do here.
Okay.
It's not solely sports. Sometimes they have conversations about just
Anything.
culture, life, and
Right.
everything. Gil's Arena is strictly sports. What we did on the court.
Okay. What you got over there, OG?
I'm just starting to explore other podcasts.
So you
Find
still
out
listen
about
to
YouTube.
He's still listening to K-Day. He like, man, is Russ Parr?
Static.
Richie on that AM.
Here.
I'm like,
My radio.
Richie said, "This is an FM."
He like, who's this Easy E guy? He's
Stick
like,
your arm out the window.
Get that signal.
Right, keep it
So
right
you
there.
don't know
That's it.
any podcast?
I just started watching Gil's Arena.
Okay, I
My
love
boy
that.
Kenyon Martin is on there.
Yeah. Can you, your dude?
I haven't watched.
I don't want to hear what you don't like and don't watch. I want to hear what you do like.
I like our shit. That's what I like.
Okay, we obviously on Thursday nights you do. You just sit back, sitting back, got a little
Watching them
jerky.
intros.
You sitting back with a bottle.
And my dog, and my golden doodle.
You got a dog.
Yeah.
You are
you
old,
officially the
single
single
with a
man.
dog.
Well, we got a dog during COVID.
Well, yeah, she took
he's
everything
fine.
else.
She
Take the dog too.
Took the dog.
Dog is all I got, baby.
You really lost in the war story. You got stuck with the dog, and she took the house, the Clipper tickets.
Like Steve Martin in The Jerk.
Dog.
I don't need anything.
Take the dog. Man, a dog is a baby. That is a kid.
Who you telling?
Forever.
Shit, who you telling?
I know. Oh man. No. Okay, you ain't got time to be watching. You got a dog. Hatch, what you into other than get your popcorn ready?
You know what?
Skiing.
I mean, coming from somebody who invented this whole space of what we're doing right now, because I did.
Joe Rogan. I'm sorry.
No.
Let me stop.
First NFL athletes to have a podcast. Period.
Really?
Yeah. Who else was it before me and T? Nobody was. It was.
What year?
2018. Go back. Nobody was doing it.
Ooh, you might be winning.
All right.
So you welcome everybody. You welcome
Yeah.
first of all. So,
Who was better, you or T.O.?
Oh, me by far.
Of course he was gonna say that.
Damn, you can't
take
take
an
T.
L.
He can't take
T
an
is
L.
going.
He was gonna say that.
T is gonna say the same about him. That's what it's supposed to be.
why I said
right?
that. Of course
There
he
you
was
go.
That's true.
But no, I don't.
All right, who's taking your pioneering podcast
To another level.
Yeah.
I Am Athlete took it, put some gas on
they
it,
did.
blew it up,
Yeah,
and
they
then
did.
Pivot took again our same concept and just blew it up from there. It's out of here.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love the space. I love that everybody's doing great in the space. But yeah, I think it's still at the beginning. I think podcasts are still climbing up at the moment. But
I noticed you ain't said a current one, so you don't like this.
I don't watch. I don't watch. I watch.
Pivot?
I don't. I watch
kinda
clips
lost me.
of some stuff. I to sit down and watch something for 15 or 20 minutes. No.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I ain't watching. What did the pivot? How did it lose you?
Oh no, I liked it when they first branched off from I Am Athlete.
Yeah.
And then it just got to a point where I felt like it started getting too commercial. Like I feel like I was watching
Very
ESPN.
commercial. It is an ESPN.
Yeah, it feels like it's on ESPN.
Yeah.
And I liked I Am Athlete because it seemed more natural, more organic.
Are we
It's
talking
kind-
production, visual, or are we talking
Just
content?
everything,
topics, because, again, if you're gonna
conversations,
talk
just-
about if you're going to
everything.
respond to certain things in the public eye, ESPN has to do it a certain way, and that's what he said. Ryan
It's
Clark,
very political.
They're responding the correct way. I Am Athlete. They just go talk about
They
it.
just talk.
We don't care about the consequences. That's kind of what a podcast is. You can go start
Talk
a
freely.
podcast about making pies, right? Your fan base, long as you're authentic, they're going to come and watch your podcast. You don't need 20 million. You just need your 100,000 people to come watch your brand. That's all you need for a podcast.
Yeah.
So again, that's what they got their people, but every podcast has their people as
Yeah,
as
there's
right
a
now.
Kool-Aid out there, and look, individually, you got to make that choice if you're in major media. Like, you just know. Like, that's why there was a day when broadcasters just be, hello and welcome to Sports Center, you know? And then there's a Stuart Scott or a Dan Patrick, and they just be like, hey, welcome to Sports Center. What's up, man?
What up,
Like,
my
you're
dog?
like, oh, that. Because that's
Authentic.
him.
That's real.
That's really him. And it's sad because it becomes so formulaic with the rewards, because the incentives shape the behavior. So, frankly, what you're basically saying, we're all saying is, we see some guys who have converted because they're drinking that Kool-Aid for success. And kudos to you, but then yuck for us, because we're losing more and more of great content because they just want to be prolific.
And they're probably the biggest podcast out when it comes to sports because they function like
The pivot?
And it's but it's not even sports. That's
What,
the whole
does
thing.
Nightcap
It's
count?
not sports.
Nightcap's bigger.
And that's not.
think
And I
Nightcap
don't
is
call that
bigger
sports
culturally.
neither.
Boy,
don't
they got
know.
more subscribers too.
Yeah.
Well-
the different platforms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
I got
again,
you. Yeah,
so
you're good point.
for
Add it all
example,
up.
when we went to
I'm gonna hit
Fubo-
Fred up. Tangy, tell me. He'll tell me.
what's the numbers? But when we went to Fubo TV, it was, I guess, publicized as a TV show. It wasn't a podcast. So we didn't have numbers. We didn't have social media numbers, but you had television numbers.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? So it's a whole different.
Yeah, I did
beast.
your show, and I remember going into it, I was like,
Yeah.
Hatch.
Yeah.
I thought we was just doing a podcast.
Yeah, I don't
It
think
was
the
like,
pivot
I
was
went
a
to
podcast.
Paramount or something.
And again, that was back then. Now, personally, where podcasts are going, you're going to have settings like this, or the settings of regular people, a barber,
Yeah.
somebody who's doing hair every day, and they're just going to put the camera on, and they're just going to watch these people all day.
Go get it.
That's where podcasts are going. So people out there, if you want, just set your camera up and just follow yourself around. You're going to be a normal person on Tuesday, and then 4 months later, YouTube's going to give you a deal, because that's where the podcasts are going. It's not going to
don't
be
even think-
sports. It's not going to be has to be political. It's just somebody living their life, and you're going to have a fan base because you're interesting, because you're being
We've
authentic.
been there before. Though.
Yes, we have. You know who the OGs are. Give them credit. Say it. Who's the original
Kornheiser.
podcaster?
Tony, I thought you was gonna talk about Tony Kornheiser and them. Like, I feel like that's like the pivot is like that. It's like a show. I don't really know if it's a podcast.
And again, depends on how you want to promote
Drink
it.
Champs? Yeah, no, the OGs of this, and people clown
Button.
them. Who?
Joe Button.
Nope. Nope. Kardashians. The original podcast.
Yeah, or it's reality TV.
Well, that's reality TV.
But that's
It's
what
the
they
same
called it.
thing. Exactly.
But all they were doing is
Was-
they go to the nail shop.
There you
Oh,
go.
there's a camera there. Go eat breakfast.
Well,
reality
do that, then
TV.
we got to talk about Real World, because that was the original reality. They wasn't
On
doing
MTV.
nothing. They was sitting in the house.
Yeah,
and
but
just
they-
being
If you
filmed.
want to talk about
no,
that, you got to
that's
talk about
not-
the Truman Show, because the movie made. I
Yeah,
get it,
it's
right?
all-
It just
that's
depends
all
on
in
what
the
you
same-
want
I
to
think
label
Real
it.
World was, we're going to put all you guys together, and now we're going to put a camera on you
Whatever
and just
y'all
be
do,
whatever
we
you
gonna
do.
film
Right. Kardashians was even better. Now, to me, why I thought they started something new is because they didn't say what to do. They start creating stuff to do, but they was like, no, we're just gonna follow
live.
you around,
Just
and
wake up.
fame comes from that. Like, and it's always circular. It's always coming back, right? Nothing new under the sun. So day one, we're just gonna film you being,
Yep.
and then we're gonna juice it up. No more cameras, more production. More
Say
that.
this. Don't
Yeah,
say
this.
this.
Don't do that. Go here. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Then it's like your point is now it's gonna go back to just be.
Just be.
Yeah, just be.
Because
Which-
again, you're being authentic is how they
yeah.
win.
You can't get more authentic than this. Bro. Is there anybody more authentic than
Marky
Trip?
Poo.
First of all, let's
straight out of
Marky
Compton.
Poo.
Uncle James.
I'm scared to read them tats.
That he got that LA tat though.
What's
Okay,
Marky
yeah,
Poo
let's go
mean,
through
though?
this.
That was my pimp name when I was younger.
Okay,
mic up.
that'll be
Authentic.
good.
That's
That'll do it
authentic.
for episode 24.
Put your mic up. Put your mic up.
Oh, man, you know, I'm a triplet, man, and you know the ladies loved us, so we all had nicknames. I was
Ladies loved it.
Marky Poo. My brother was Puppy Love, and Jeff was Tweety Bird. But it's
Who was y'all? Some Looney Tunes?
Oh, here come the Looney Tunes, Tony Jane in.
I ain't gonna lie, them names is soft.
Yeah,
Marky
hey,
Poo.
the ladies loved it, man. So I was for the ladies, man. I'm a ladies man. There you go. Come first.
Was that your
With that
rap
ring
name?
on.
Was that your
No, my rap name was Trip 1. It was Trip 1, Trip 2, Trip 3.
Used to be a rapper for real?
Yes.
Drop 16 for me.
Right now?
Right now.
Nah,
You know,
left now, mama.
No, but we did a show on Ricky Lake. We was it was America's
Ricky Lake.
America's
throwback.
Sexiest Triplets.
That's
Oh,
and we won that. We won that. So
because y'all were the only triplets.
yeah, nah, we went against. As a matter
Here's
of
our
fact,
winner, our only contestant.
the whole show was
competed against twins.
the whole show was about triplets with talent, and we competed against other triplets. It was fun.
Some jugglers and shit. Like little weird ass little kids. out
Everybody
here.
was like, they had a talent. They sung, or they rapped, or they danced, or they. The Dom triplets was on there. They're
Okay, Trip, we don't give a fuck about all
all
that. We care about your tattoos more. Give us more other than Lily Poo and
LA Dodgers, Cowboys.
Okay. Oh, so a lot of your teams. Okay.
My kids.
Oh, your kids. Respect. How many kids?
3 kids.
Okay. I ain't gonna go to the chest. Look like you got Samoan somewhere.
Yeah, I
Like,
was born 1975.
Look
So you had to write
like
that,
you got
huh?
your street tattooed on your
like, in
chest.
case you forgot. Where I live? What year was I born?
My address.
All right.
My,
What's my name?
my social security done.
Tupac got them all. Tupac just messed up a whole generation.
Hell yeah.
Thug life on my chest. Baby. No. You got keg life on that motherfucker.
He crazy. For sure.
So how'd you go from Lakers and Dodgers to Cowboys though?
Lakers, Dodgers, Cowboys. Well, I was Cowboys because I loved Emmett.
But y'all had a LA team.
My brother was a Raider.
Yeah, so why don't you put the Raiders on
Your brother was a Raider.
Jeff was a Raider, and my brother Mike's a Niner.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, we got different teams.
Boy, he got competing interests all on this. I love it. All right, Trip, what's your favorite
There's a
podcast?
whole lot of set tripping
No,
in
I
that
know.
house.
He gonna shoot himself. What you say?
Nah, never that. They shoot me. They do the work for me.
I love it. All right, what's your favorite podcast? What you watching?
Was Drink Champion. That was the first podcast.
I do love Drink Champ.
That was the first.
That's the one I've consumed the most. I give you that. Of
and
all
they
the
give us
podcasts.
smoke,
Oh,
they
yeah.
get to talk about
No
rappers
pun
and-
intended.
Huh?
Yeah, good
No
point.
pun
good point.
intended. When drink,
Yeah,
consume.
I love it. So Drink Champ's your number one?
Yeah.
And any
I thought
other
we talking
ones?
sports. Are we talking just podcasts?
good point, good
Because if
point.
it's not sports, I'm saying Joe Budden. To me, that's
I
the
do
one that
love
I
Joe
consume
Budden,
the
too.
most.
I
And he's
do.
the podfather.
He is. He's great. He's not even great. He's not even genius. He's something else.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they do give him his flowers, so I can't say that.
He's known as the podfather.
He's
Like, he
insane.
started-
But because he's like, he got that thing, he got everything that everyone else has, and he has something that's from another planet. And he goes there. And that's why I love that. Even when they went to changes and they changed the cast members, I still rock with it. Because usually when you lose somebody, you lose it.
And they might be bigger now.
Yeah.
than
And
after
then-
the
yeah,
change.
Yeah. Is
Who
Melissa
did- who
Force
did he have?
come?
Yeah.
Did she come back?
She's still there.
Who did he have?
Because I know he sat her
before?
down for a second. They
Oh,
had-
yeah, they had a little.
Who did he
something
have
going on.
before?
God, what was that?
Who
The
was
little-
his first?
Mars.
Maul and Rory.
Well,
It was
So
his
then
first
they
Rory.
left, and
Yeah.
then he came
But
back
They started
with
their own.
They started their own. Then he came back with who?
Other friends.
So
a guy
now it's a
named
bunch-
Ish,
I don't know names.
a guy named Ice. Eventually, they brought in Melissa Ford.
Yeah. What do you think of Melissa Ford on there? Tell the truth. Nah.
They don't need it.
That's
don't
hilarious.
I think
They
they
need-
brought that to get more female listeners.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really bring anything to it. And I like Melissa Ford, but I don't-
Yeah. Who didn't grow up loving her? And she was the homie when I used to see her out here. I'm like, you got to speak more than 5 words an hour.
And she contradicts us. It's like having a hatch. Like she just she contradicts herself the whole episode.
Yeah.
She'll say something and then say the exact opposite right after, and everybody will just look at her.
And they all just looking because they got to take care of her because they like
Because
charity.
right?
Yeah. Bring
she's
a
a super
woman in there who
feminist,
could
too.
talk. Yeah, she just be taking it in weird angles. I'm just being critical. Like, I'm not even a hater. I that's the homie, but whatever. All right, so we out of that. We had to just get some.
Did you see Hatch's face?
When he was like, he is a walking contradiction.
caught a
He
stray.
won't take an L.
I would.
He wanted to fire back. I was
like
waiting for
I would
it.
like
I
that
was
to
waiting for it.
I would like
He is
that to be
I am
defined.
him.
I would like that to be defined if possible, but I know y'all ain't gonna do it.
We ain't gonna do that. Oh man! All right, let's get into this. Speaking of a walking contradiction, this is a guy who is pointing out a contradiction. Who Aaron Rodgers has not signed his offseason. He did meet with the Steelers. He said, "I'm focused right now on me, my personal growth. I'm not attached to anything. I'm not signed anywhere." But he is also perplexed that people think he is attention. He's an attention seeker when he like, y'all be bugging me. Y'all be asking me questions, all this kind of stuff. So I want to talk to you guys and get your opinion on Aaron Rodgers, the person, his persona more so. What do you think of him? Because he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best dudes to ever do it.
Absolutely.
However, it doesn't look like people going to digest it like that. He going to go down in history a little less than what he was, it looks like in my eyes. What do you think, Hatch?
Absolutely not. I mean, today he will be, but when it's time for him to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, that's 4 or 5 years from now, all the stuff will be forgotten.
You think? They didn't forget T.O., your boy?
Yeah,
They did not forget T.O.
I agree.
Third ballot T.O. Third best receiver at worst was a third ballot.
I agree.
Let's talk again.
It's crazy.
You want to reset?
No,
Come on
I think
now.
all the things that A-Rod has done was not looked at as the perception of T.O. It's not even close. I mean, it was some team stuff here.
A-Rod didn't have a Skip Bayless.
Exactly. He didn't. A-Rod never had nobody on TV hating on him for 10 years straight.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, all these things are little things. These are little pockets over here saying he's selfish, little pocket over here saying he shouldn't have left Green Bay, whatever that is. But it's not going to hurt him when it's time for him to go into the Hall, number one. Number two, he can still go out with a bang, right? He hasn't did anything this off season because it's maybe not his time, right? There's still going to be a team to say we can still bring you in as a starter, right? We're going to look at mini camps. Maybe he'll be a starter. Somebody gets hurt, he can come in and be a starter. He could still end up going to the playoffs, even having a winning record as your last year in the NFL could be a plus for his career. But I think he's fine. I don't think all this stuff's going to be forgotten in a couple years.
Yeah.
That was one of the first times I've seen Aaron Rodgers and thought he was being authentic.
One of the first?
Yeah.
Wow.
Typically, it always felt like an act to me.
Really?
And, being this esoteric ayahuasca, dark chamber dude, no light for a week. You know what I mean? All those tricks and
Are those tricks or are those just the media pointing
right?
that
But
stuff
I'm saying when I used to see him in interviews, the way he presented it, the way he acted, it just never felt genuine. And it could have been me, but yet yesterday's thing felt genuine to me.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. And I like him a lot better today than I did before I saw that, because he felt like he was telling the truth. The story made a whole lot of perfect sense. And he seemed like he was really just, telling it how he really, really felt it. And that was the first time I ever felt like that.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? And I didn't think I was going to get to this point, but you just clarified it and articulated it. I had a rocky, perception of Aaron Rodgers because I was like, in terms of talent, I just like guys who play well and get paid. You ain't going to cloud me with, Michael Jackson is the best to me. I don't want to hear about some allegations, some kids, maybe. I don't know, so I don't go. You know what I mean? I go right here. Billie Jean, put it on. I'm like, you hear that bass line? You hear? What? That's the best shit ever. I'm sorry.
Got a little worked up.
No, he went. Hey, come on now. We're in the studio with Richie Jones. The first thing you hear is. Come on, man.
Say, Annie, are you okay? Say, Annie, are you okay?
He said words that weren't words.
Annie?
Hatch.
Me and Michael, same
He
level.
made up words like Hatch, and this shit worked. So when I saw Aaron Rodgers for all these years, I used to love him. And then one time he shot at me. He was like, yo, why we got all these dudes who never played quarterback talking about quarterback play? Which I took as he kind of gangster. I like it. But then I had to be like, all right, but my ego had to say, well, I do know football. So I'm talking to people who potentially, the audience, that doesn't know football as well as me. I don't know quarterback as well as you. But since you ain't going to do my job, let me tell them what you doing, right? So we had a little back and forth. And it was just nothing. I was just like, yo, he's super smart. I could tell. He knows it. He wants you to know it as well. And then when I watched him the last year on McAfee, I started to realize I like this guy. But I need the world to understand what he really is. And you just said it. He's a guy who didn't drink the Kool-Aid that would have made him more prolific because he's like, just watch me play.
Yep.
That's how prolific I am.
Yep.
Everything else is not an act. It's just not what you are used to or expect. And so when we went to that camp about a couple months ago and we were really chopping it up, him and the MJ became homies. I was like, all right, this is insane. But I was just really talking to him. I was like, dog, this is a good dude, who I'm now realizing that the world just didn't embrace him, didn't understand him, and he didn't have the damn time or energy to straighten him out or to care about
Who
it.
cares about it? Again, as
Yeah.
a professional athlete, they got to have that layer of thick skin, right? So when he's 30 and 35, well, he's a jerk. Who cares what he's getting ready for a game on Sunday?
Yeah.
Just because he goes to the restaurant and doesn't want to talk for 20 seconds to the valet guy, oh, he's the worst person in the world. What? I'm not, that's a fake story. I'm just
No, but those
it's
are
an
the
example.
anecdotes they put out there.
They put that
to
out there,
attack
and then
your
it's
character. They do.
perceived from the media or from that story
Yeah.
on this is who that guy is, when it's not that guy. They're just trying to get ready for a game. They're just trying to hang out with the family, right? It's like, though, it's really that simple, but everybody wants to make it into this thing, and it's never that thing that everybody makes it up to be.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy about that? Because I'm just the opposite. Nowhere near as good as Aaron Rodgers, but everyone loved me because he was signed the last autograph. Oh, you're just so nice. You look us in the eye. You're so down to earth.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just because that's who I am. Like, I'm not putting on the
You
act.
speak so well.
They went there too. You're articulate
For a
too.
black
For a
person.
black guy. But the point is, like, that's because that's who I am. But guess what? He shouldn't get shot down because he's more of
not
an
that.
introvert. Or his game preparation literally started on Friday night. My game preparation started like, oh, what time is kickoff? 1 o'clock? All right, I'll be ready. Like,
Yep.
I'm about to joke the whole way through. And when I got into the locker room, I started seeing guys who would read comic books. Some guys would be stoic.
Yeah.
Some guys would war paint. And I'm like, why they don't give respect to all these cats? You think the war paint guy is more locked in? He's
Right.
sorry as hell.
Right.
He wearing that costume.
just paint.
It's
It's
just
just
paint.
paint.
I knocked his ass out on practice Wednesday. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird that Aaron Rodgers really got, I think, his reputation forever. And I'm thinking it's forever. It ain't 5 years. Trust me, when Aaron Rodgers pop up, he ain't going to get his proper due in his Q rating. They going to look at, one, he doesn't have the rings. He got a ring right now. So they're going to knock that down. Then they're going to say, oh, well, you kept running around chasing stuff. Then they're going to say you got weird and you didn't. The whole, like, he didn't get the COVID shot. He
Those
wasn't
people
vaxxed.
saying that are the people that don't matter. That's the point. I don't think they matter.
Anyway.
Huh?
There's always those who are just not going to like you
Right.
regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
So you can't.
You and Hatch. I get it. It's just the way it goes. Oh, fuck this fool.
That's my guy, man. That's my
We
man.
we do not have
Dog, I'm
but
not
for
the one-
ratings, I guess it looks good, right?
No, I'm not the one to fake it. Y'all don't like each other. No, it's like in a good way, but y'all don't.
No, I
No,
don't.
we
no.
talk
It's
off
similar.
camera.
It's similar.
You talk off
rivalry.
camera?
Off
You say,
camera.
all right, I'll see you later.
We was playing pickleball. We was having whole
We played
conversations on
pickleball.
Like we
That means
If-
when you're forced
if
together
there
for
was-
3
if there
hours
was-
in my backyard.
If there was 1% of me that didn't like him, I wouldn't be here.
I don't think you hate him. I just don't think he's your favorite friend in this group. I don't think he's
think
your
it's that
top
deep.
5.
I don't
he's-
think I'm- yeah,
I don't think
I'm
he
not- it's
ranks
not
in
that
your
deep.
BCS. I think
he's
he's
in my
D2 to
BCS.
you. He's D2 to you.
Yeah, but he's still my guy. Of course he's D2, but that's my guy. You can be D2, it's still my guy.
Everything is D2 when you play D2.
Right?
I'm just saying.
Right? Everything.
Oh boy.
I
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
I think that was I
Those
thought
are
that,
friendly jabs.
I thought that was
Keep
a
it
great
Keep it
I thought that was a
jab at
great
people that I
comment.
think can
I
take
thought that was a great comment.
That's
If
true.
I think you sensitive and can't take the jabs, I won't throw them your way. But I know he can take it. Just like me and you talk trash
we-
all
all
the
day.
time. But I know you ain't taking that personal.
Yeah, I ain't going there. All right, let's speak about sensitivity. Let's move on
Let's
to this
talk
topic.
about sensitivity.
Because Skip Bayless was talking about the social media negativity out there, and he said he doesn't read comments. He doesn't want other people to read comments in the social media era. He's like, is that advice? That's we're going to Hatch. Is this realistic advice? Like, yo, I'm reading through the comments. Oh man, the hell they say? I'm about to write back. Or is it tough guy talk? Because Skip Bayless like, I ain't reading it. I put it out there. Who cares? How you feel about it, Hatch?
I don't really listen to nothing Skip has to say. I just think he's a clown from up and down. But from my personal my personal perspective, if I was playing nowadays in social media era, there's no way I could look at the comments. There's no. It would make me angry and upset, too sensitive, whatever you want to call it. It wouldn't hurt me, but it would
Change your energy.
It would change my energy, change my emotions. So I'm
Yes,
not going to
same.
even look at it. Now,
Which would mean it would hurt you.
Yeah,
I don't think the word hurt, because I don't think I wouldn't use that word. It's not hurting me because I don't know where it's coming from. It's the unknown. You know what
But
I'm
if
saying?
it's changing your emotions,
that doesn't mean it's hurting
affecting
me.
you.
Now, if you want to use those words, go right ahead. Okay, goodness gracious.
You ain't gonna say what I want to say. Say it. It ain't what I mean.
It's not what I mean.
I mean what I say. I say what I mean.
Right.
But as an adult, I know enough to personally, I don't read the comments because it's just not important to me. All right, if anybody who has my phone number, that's what would matter. If they text me something,
Yeah.
Anything else on a social media platform, I could care less.
Yeah.
I could care
Only
less.
people with his number. Tisha.
No,
LaRonda.
Becky, Amber,
Becky.
Heather,
Sarah.
Karen.
Jennifer.
Linda.
What's your wife's name? Just asking. Just asking.
Now that was a good one. That was good.
Damn, y'all even on them hella good ones. God dang. Okay.
I just want to ask a
All
real
in
question
fun.
though.
Okay.
Because I don't want to go on a tangent, but your first thing you said was a shot at Skip. My question to you is that because of your relationship with your former
You know what?
co-host?
That's got a lot to do with it,
Right,
right? You guys here, this I don't know you guys real well. Known Ellis for 25 years or whatever now, but if there was a person that you guys talk about on this platform that you didn't like, that's going to have me perceived of that person in a certain way. I'm probably gonna gear towards not liking that person when I see him. That's it's just my nature. I rock with who I rock with, right? So all the stuff between him and T.O. and blah, I don't really care what Skip says. I've just seen enough of Skip clips and things that came out of his own mouth to understand his perspective on professional athletes does not come from a good place, doesn't come from respect, doesn't come from anything with some legitimacy. So I just don't respect you as somebody who has that platform. You're not on the platform for the right reason. I don't care what nobody says, right? And that's just how I feel about him personally.
Let me get this off my chest because
You got to go a Skip too, because we got to talk about something regardless. You see Skip's new concept of his show?
No, what is it?
Where it's him talking against non-athletes.
Oh, is that a Skip show? I saw him on that. Is that his show?
I think it is. I'm not
I
sure.
saw
for sure,
one
but
segment.
I saw him on a couple different.
You saying he biting? The
just
best.
saying.
What they say, the best form of flattery is imitation.
Imitation
Well,
is
take it. Go run with. He got schooled by this one dude. This nerd lit his ass up. I was like, you better watch where you swimming. And Skip coming with them old 98 arguments. These kids are smart.
And we done heard all your arguments.
And heard
over
them all.
these years, and now I already know
Right.
ammo to come with.
It's a Lil Wayne mixtape. I already heard the beat. I already heard what you did with it. My turn.
Yep.
Wheezy F, baby. And them kids are going on it. I want to say this because this is something that is, what you said was real. I was at a party about a year ago, and they were talking sports media stuff, and I said, yeah, and Skip name came up. And I was sitting there waiting to see how the room reacted to Skip. And then somebody was like, I hate that motherfucker. And I was like, and he said, yeah, he just fucked up the whole sports talk game.
Yeah.
And I was like, listening, because then I was like, let me not, one, give him props, or two, diss him. I was just like, this is like intel. And he went off. And he sounded like you, but way harsher. But I know where you're coming from. Because Skip has gotten away with, since I believe it, whether he does or not, I can say it.
Which is bullcrap.
Which is bullshit. Because since you believe it, don't mean it's real.
Yeah.
Don't mean
Right.
it lands anywhere. And you have literally hijacked and undermined some of the greatest moments,
In
some of the
sports
greatest in history.
Yeah.
Some of the greatest athletes, some of the greatest opportunities we had to take in this amazing element of life.
Yes.
And then ruin it for kids. This is the worst thing that Skip did. It wasn't that he killed adults and T.O. and just tried to hijack Russell Westbrook, etc. It's because he gave license to kids to start clowning these same cats.
Right.
So knowing Westbrook, as we do, knowing his son has had to deal with some issues before.
Because of that,
Because of
possibly.
that. And you know where that comes from? A climate that was ignited by somebody who didn't have respect for his Hall of Fame daddy.
Yeah.
Right. And I ain't saying go up there and read a Hallmark card every day.
Yeah.
But there's a way to do it. But he did it that way because he knew how much money he was going to make, because he wasn't going to make money any other way.
Right.
Skip the reporter, Skip the author is nothing compared to Skip the TV personality. And he went crazy on it.
And those platforms who are letting Skip do this, right? And like they're saying, oh, it's okay, but it's not okay. Again, because you can say, is he ruining careers, whatever that is, right? But I've seen the people on this platform. I'm not going to say any other names, but we're literally, I've been with T a lot, right? Guy tries to speak with T. T doesn't really give him the love that this person wants. And it's funny how the next day when I see the guy on this platform, now he's talking bad about T.
Oh, yeah. Skip was right.
So a lot of you guys have to understand, it's not coming from no real situation. It's coming from a personal, I don't like him, or he's such and such talking to such and such, or he said this about. It's a bunch of BS. It has nothing to do with the sport, ever.
No, it doesn't.
Ever.
Let me say this to add to it, because this is something I learned when I was little, and it happened to my uncle one time. So my uncle went to jail, came back out. I don't know why he went to jail the first time, but I'm going to assume theft because of this incident. And this is remind me of Skip. This is what Skip has done to everybody. So he's back from jail, and we all chilling and stuff, and this is months after he's back, and he's just back, normal life, everything good. My mom lost her purse, didn't know where her purse was. So we go find my purse, boy, one of them. We don't do that to our kids no more. My kids be like, Daddy, go get that shit. Like, MJ be like, I'm playing Minecraft. My son talks to me with his headphones on. I'm like, MJ. I'm like, dog, you can't hear me. And then you do hear me. And he was like, huh? I was like, take your headphones off. What? I would have had all my mama knuckles in my head.
Couldn't even say what back in the day.
Dog, they get away with it.
What back in the day.
Dog, say what? No. Dog, Olivia, every time I say, Olivia, what? Olivia, yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Okay, what are you doing? What? I'm like,
my mama said, I'll snatch you bald-headed if you say what.
Dog, they killing it. I'm fatigued. I can't do it. They are death by a million paper cuts. I can't fight them. Yeah. Anyway, so my mama's like, go find the purse. I came back. Mama, I don't know where it is. I can't see it. I don't find it. I ain't find it. All right. Everybody in the house, it started ramping up. Like, where's my purse? Where's my son? Where's my purse? Where's my wallet? Where's my purse? No. Nobody could find it. So then finally, like, you could just see.
All the eyes turned.
Man! It's like they all got zapped at the same time. They all went, durner. and yeah, like they all was like, oh. And he literally, I'm young, but he's like, what? I ain't take that purse. I ain't do nothing like that. Val, you tripping. All that, right? And then in the middle of this, it seemed like at the end, about a couple minutes later, one of my cousins like, oh, here's your purse. I'm sorry. I was just over there playing like doll or something like that.
But during that 5 minutes, it was all him. Yeah.
And I swear, if you imagine, how long is Skip Bayless on air? 10, 20 years?
20, 30.
That whole time, every time you see T.O., every time you see Westbrook or whoever else he's done this to, you can't escape. Like, and imagine somebody who just meet him for the first time when he ain't trying to like be your bestie.
Yeah.
Right. They just run with that.
Well, what he did was he attempted and to a degree successfully took T.O.'s humanity.
I'll never give him that much credit, but I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Because people felt like they could act that way towards another human being because he was lesser from Skip. Skip even wouldn't call him by his name, right? So when you become Team Obliterator instead of Terrell Owens, that starts to be a bigger thing, and people forget to even think like that. When you start getting referred to as something other than who you are and a human being, then people's opinions of you just fall. Of
course.
And they think they can do anything they want.
Just like you just said at the beginning of the conversation, I go, if y'all rock with somebody and I don't know James, right, and he just keeps talking back, James is this, James is that, James is this. When I see James in 6 months, I'm like, James ain't shit. Right. I don't even know James.
Right. You like, that's that motherfucker, right?
You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's what's gonna happen.
That's a threshold in Hollywood I always witnessed, just being an LA native. I always noticed when somebody got really big, especially like it felt like black entertainers or whatever, you always heard the gay rumor coming. And then it's like they just
that's when you made it.
That's when you made it. It almost was like the gay rumor or the allegation. Like you're like, damn, really? Right now? Like he been alive for 50 years and now all of a sudden, boom. Or no, he got to be this and that's right. And some of it may be true. I don't know. But the point is, it just keeps jumping person to person. And the same thing with an athlete. Like you're looking at a TO. And most people have never got a chance to meet a TO. But most people have a perception of TO that is not positive, and I wonder where that came from. Right. Like, because if not, it'd just be like, I don't know, let me meet him. Yeah. You know? But it's not that. And I've had too many conversations, and I'm not even you. People know I like TO and know TO, and they be like, how is he really? I was like, what do you mean really? Right. Why are you even asking this shit?
Right. Like it's a
like they're giving you permission to talk shit on him.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, that all came from that whole era.
Yeah.
And that era, look, you saw it. You were in the boat next to them. You're like, Skip is here. He's on Cold Pizza doing his segment. You're here doing your segments. And you're like, oh, they passing out this gas. Here's this Kool-Aid. You want some? And I was like, nah. And other people, a lot of people, nah.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah. And then now look at it. People drunk off that bullshit.
Yeah. Well, of course, I mean, you guys have to understand, right? The credit goes to the person in the arena, right? People give the athlete the credit, not the person talking about the athlete. Don't forget, I was also teammates with Moss. Moss had all the backlash, they see him on TV now. Moss is a good guy. He was always a good guy. Just because there was some perception, that's why I always talk about the media perceived that person to you that way, doesn't mean that person is that. So,
but Moss had it even worse. Because Moss, remember he had the incident at high school, college?
Florida State, got in a fight and the weed thing, all that. Weed things, that's a big deal.
Weed things, like Warren Sapp got warned, like
stay off the weed.
Laramie Tunzel, like they came in and we like killing them. And then he had the mooning. Remember how they ran with the mooning?
They blew that out of proportion.
And they there's some people that still do
football pants on,
but
didn't even pull them down.
Didn't pull his pants down.
And they like,
but again,
now we can do this. Everybody died, and we like, oh yeah, hit a
that's
three.
Cool, yeah.
Kill everybody in school, but hit a three.
No fun league.
Yeah.
Maybe they was trying to stop all the celebrations at one point.
Yeah, we couldn't even take our helmets off. Remember, we couldn't even take our helmets off. At one point, they were like, no. Emmett started, I think, late 90s, and then everybody started doing. They said, no, we want to protect the brand. We don't want the player themselves to promote themselves.
The Emmett rule. Boy, I remember one time I got a sack and my helmet came off. Don't think I went looking for it. I was like, that motherfucker
that's your only chance. Yeah. That's your only
Still in charge.
That's the only chance. Yeah.
I was like, nobody know who I am in these streets.
Where the camera at?
I know.
Where's
all the girls in Atlanta? I'm here.
And shoot, back then we only had like, I think 13 cameras for every NFL game. There weren't even a lot of cameras, so you knew where all the cameras were. Now. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't even
now there's like 50 something cameras.
Remember when now you go to a game now, literally before, I like to go there early and watch them warm up and shit. And I literally watch, they got like the clothing camera or something, where they get out of their Ferrari.
The tunnel walk.
And then they
the
show
tunnel
it
walk's a thing now.
In slow-mo, the
Yeah.
Gucci's hitting the ground, and they walk. It's a 700-pound D lineman.
Yeah.
Hey,
looking like this though. Looking like that. Looking like that. You know what I'm saying? At his finest. Glasses. Yeah. But back
I'm
then,
like, is this a rap video? Is Ludacris about to come out this motherfucker?
The NBA started that.
Yeah, they did. And these boys out here winning, and they get brand deals off of that.
Yeah.
They get paid promotions off of that.
free gear.
And I'm like, dog, we play in a league where you can't even take your helmet off, and this sucker out here.
That's why you got Debo dressing like that now.
Yeah.
You ever see him when he walks in the game?
Yeah.
Rick they know the cameras is right there.
Rick James in it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, everything we do, we all do for two things, right? For money.
For women.
For women. Like, you can dress it up and say ethics all you want. Yeah, okay, motherfucker. Go broke with your ethics, motherfucker. You're doing it for that lady to look at you twice.
Really?
Yeah. All right?
Really?
So, Tracee Ellis Ross. Has anybody ever seen her in person?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Everybody knows what I'm saying then, right?
Yes, we know. We all know.
She
Tracee.
bad. She fine. Okay. So she says she was on Michelle Obama's podcast. Let me pivot real quick. Is she getting divorced from Barack or not? Is this real
I
stuff?
don't know.
Or
I've tried to stay away from it. I have no idea.
You can stay away and still know.
You looking for a female to wife up again? What? You and Michelle. Michelle, when you'll get done with Obama, come holler at my guy.
I gotta have a certain number on the birth certificate for Richie.
Dog. First of all, you know we always say don't run behind so and so. Do not come after Barack Obama in no relationship. You ain't winning that one. Like, this is where we going to eat. How we getting there? Oh.
But
Yeah. If you got to,
but that
we
can
got
work
we
in
got to
your
fly
favor,
on
too.
Del.
No, how?
Because if she's been here, she already knows she's taking a step down.
No.
That might be just what she wants.
She gonna have to sponsor this
She
broke
might just
ass
be
dude.
in it for one thing and one thing only.
No,
Younger
women don't
energy.
do it like us. We good
Yeah,
with that.
we go down.
We
women,
go down.
women are
They
like,
stay up.
they going to the richest
Isn't
person
that
in the
that's a gospel
world
song,
or
isn't
the president of this continent.
Right, like Jeff
We
Bezos'
go down.
girlfriend, wife, fiance, wherever they are now,
Yeah.
is Tony Gonzalez's ex.
Ex.
So guess what?
There was a,
And Tony Gonzalez was the dude.
but there was a billionaire before Jeff though. Don't forget
see,
that.
you know what I'm saying?
See,
They don't go down,
I'm
dog.
not talking about
And I know the
relationship. I'm
dude
just talking
before
about
Tony Gonzalez.
situations.
Damn, see that? Huh?
Sometimes they go down just because they want to have fun. I'm talking about that.
Oh,
If you talking about relationships, that's different.
Yeah, but you
Sometimes they just
you
wanna-
hiding in the green room. You ain't on stage.
What I'm saying is, if you
Like,
come out of a
she ain't
situation
bringing
with
you out.
Barack, she might not be trying to get into something that serious. She just want to be with. something
Okay,
out
I hear
there,
you. I hear you.
enjoying herself.
I hear
Don't
you.
Care about the
He's
finances.
trying to justify his role in a lot of women's lives. She had me in the corner, in the closet. And I was hidden.
Right.
I wonder why we never went out. Well, Tracee Ellis Ross and her beautiful self says she only dates younger men because of the toxic masculinity in men in her age group.
Talking about y'all.
She's talking about y'all. Hey, what movie is it? Men in Society, that granddaddy who's like, yeah, you came. All right, so do younger men, only you, really have less toxic masculinity? It is a feminization of the younger male. Let's just say that. We'll talk through that. Or is it that this is a reflection of shifting gender dynamics, right? So the question really is those questions. And could a dude ever say this? You imagine a dude
Heck
like,
no.
I only date younger women because these old ass heifers are stuck in their ways.
Can I stop you right now
Okay,
before you get yourself in trouble?
I'm gonna get in trouble, but let's go. I don't drink that Kool-Aid.
I want to answer your first question.
Or answer
I think-
all of them, yeah,
I
do
don't think there's a difference in toxicity between younger men and older men.
You
I think-
don't?
I think men are the same.
You
Across the board.
do?
We're pretty consistent.
I don't even
From
agree
young to old, you're pretty consistent with who you are and how you navigate. I think when it comes to older women and younger guys, when you get an older woman, you just look at it more as a prize. So some of your toxic ways, you might hide it a little bit because you like, dang, I got a shot at that. And when the guy's older and it's your peer, he don't look at you that way. He's like, been there, done that.
Same
old
old
crackers. I'm trying to get up out of this.
Same
I
old
want
crackers.
right. It's like, so I think it's just how they look at it. They feel like there's a difference, but no, he's just looking at
That's
you.
the
more as a
whole
prize.
conversation. This may be the whole show right here. But okay, I disagree that my daddy at 78 is the same as me at 50 in terms of his masculinity, and certainly different. And I don't even know if MJ even got masculinity, but like my younger cousins then.
Right.
My daddy,
Different era too.
that's her point. Yeah. My daddy has not served himself a plate of food ever.
Pimpin'.
My daddy, when he smells something, ooh, that smell good. What they got in there? He started leaning back. I'm like, you better lean forward and go get it. What's wrong with you, daddy? So my daddy's there, okay? So I'm raised by him, and I watched my mama all them years.
Monster.
Every plate was made for my daddy, manicured properly. I was like, oh, daddy, okay, gender roles, I get it. Because every time that luggage had to come up them stairs, daddy was there doing that to him. Like, boy, come grab this. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, mama didn't have to grab the luggage, etc. Right? Trash, daddy had to do it or I did it. You know, dishes, she did it. Then it's my turn. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to do what my daddy did because that's the way you do it. It worked out for him. It's going to work for me. And at first, when I was dating, my wife was like, yeah, baby, you want some more tacos? I was like, I had them last night. I had to do it again. Yes, more tacos. How many, baby? 10.
With
All right,
ketchup.
she putting 10 on the plate, orange on the grease, coming down the elbow. I'm Jody. I'm like, yeah, Yvette, more tacos. Damn it, I'm killing it. And she making the plates. we got engaged. Then she was like, you want to order something? I was like, yeah, baby, we could do that. We go DoorDash. That's before the fees, like now. And I was like, oh, yeah, we doing that. Then I was like, all right, well, tonight let's just eat. She's like, okay, I just made some pork chops. They in there. I was like, where'd that come from? What do you mean they in there? They ain't in my
they ain't in my belly. They in where? Yeah.
They go warm that.
In here.
Go warm that up.
Now you fast forward to today,
Got Uber Eats.
2025.
You cooking.
I'm cooking for my wife. Yeah, you and like she's like, baby, you make something? I'm like, ah. Every time she say that, I go, ah. I just feel like a lesser man.
If you want me to.
But so I disagree that we are the same in terms of whatever masculinity looks like. Like my daddy would fix the flat tire. I'm calling AAA. You know what I mean? And then MJ could be like, I'm buying a new car. What are you doing?
But you're in a different situation.
Well, I'm a man. What you mean?
Yeah, but you're not in situations like you don't change tires because you had money at a young age. So you weren't.
I didn't have money at a young age.
that ain't the reason.
I've never changed a tire in my
You've
life.
never been exposed. For most. I'm
No.
saying, like if you can't got
I'm not
rich at
handy.
18.
I know what you're saying.
There's certain things you never had to do, so you may not know how to do it.
Yeah, no, I
Just
know
in
you're
general.
right to some degree, but I'm not handy, so it's not even
Y'all
that.
never
I don't
changed a
put,
tire?
I ain't
I've never
put one of
changed a
these.
tire in my life.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
changed
Yeah,
the
me
tire,
too.
but I'm not changing one.
I've never changed one.
And
in my
yeah.
Well, yeah, because now you probably don't feel like you just don't want to
changed
do
one
it.
when I was
But you,
25 years old.
Yeah, I didn't do that. But I think that's a
It's a
handicap
confidence
thing.
thing.
So that's the point. Masculinity. Masculinity changed. It used to be a day, boy, you don't know how to change no tire, boy. You ain't no man. I'm like, well, I ain't no man then. Yeah. Call me a bitch.
I ain't changing
I ain't
brakes. none of
changing that tire. I ain't doing that. Getting up under there. What's this look like?
What's the oil change? Yeah, I don't know how to change no oil.
y'all gotta learn these things.
Yeah. See?
No, I know. I really
So
don't.
let's talk
'Cause
about
you're rich.
So let's talk about is that it, so her point is like there's a set of guidelines. Let's just be real. As a man and as a woman, you have an expectation, right? And she's like, she doesn't like the expectations of her generation. She likes some of the younger generation because they have changed. So in that conversation, you get where she's coming from, and you don't.
No.
Let me go.
No,
Let's
man.
go.
And again, I'm don't know the dude she's dating, whoever they are, but if she's talking about guys under 30, you think? Is it like that much younger or like 30 to 40 younger?
Well, how old is she?
I think she's talking.
Because she's in her 40s.
No, she's in her 50s.
Nah, she's
50s?
50. Yeah,
50s?
Diana Ross
So again,
started.
to me, that's right.
Diana Ross started damn Motown.
She is Motown. So again, if she's talking about 30s and under, yeah, that's I don't know.
Ain't no young in that. You may look good, but you still old as hell. You can tell you look at their
Ross
hands.
gotta
You
be
like,
like
oh,
80.
she be
But-
like, oh, she fine as hell. Oh, she still got it. Look at them hands, though. Oh,
Hands,
no.
no
the
surgery
hand-
for them hands.
Oh, yeah. Dog, I don't care how old you are. You had to grab something.
But I think it, yeah.
So them old ass hands, lady, you ain't fooling nobody.
I mean, I think it's
Old and
got a lot to do with living in California more than anywhere else. Like I said, California, New York, you can probably get away with that because there's so many options. But if she was in, Louisiana,
Yeah, Louisiana.
you only got like 30 dudes in the whole city
That qualify what you talking
what
about.
you're talking about. So at the end of the day, the younger version of what we used to be like, right? That younger version, it's just game.
It's
She's
one of those
she getting
movies.
played.
She's talking about what she's. It sounds like one of those movie scenes where she's just talking about the young dude who still got the young muscles.
yeah.
Look, I got old muscles. I know
Stella.
it. Dog, I got
Stella.
pictures
Stella
around this
got a
house
girl,
that
yeah.
look insane.
That's how
That
Stella
you
got her.
you will not see
I
that
just
guy.
seen one earlier today. I never seen that picture.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was you.
Dog, dog. I was yoked. Only Shannon Sharp is still holding it together. He the only one in his 50s I see that. Everybody else look kind of like, all right, dog. I know how you doing it. Shannon look like, yo, right?
I'm holding together. I just got a hoodie on. Don't
Yeah,
get it
but
twisted.
you not as old as us. But how old are you?
Aren't you the same age?
50.
Damn, never mind. All right, I got no excuses. Damn, hats look good for 50.
Nah, I thought he was like late 30s, early 40s.
I thought you was late 30s.
We were in the same draft class,
yeah, but
bro.
you didn't get drafted, so I didn't know.
I did get drafted.
Unnecessary
First of all,
What they say my name? Bruce.
Unnecessary roughness flag on the play.
we're in the same draft. We're in the same round.
It was a good joke.
Not same round, but you know.
Good, man. Definitely.
How old was Richie?
37.
57?
75.
I ain't
As
gonna
men,
lie.
you can always say your
Richie
age.
looks,
47.
Richie looks good. You're 57, but you don't want to wear it like young. You want to wear it older. You want to wear it old, and you do, and that's why I can see why somebody like he old because you're not trying.
He's distinguished.
Yeah. You looking like you writing a book right now.
I can shave 12, 15 years off by
He's chiseling a book.
Just hit Just for Men.
This book just came out.
Just for Men. You be 10 years younger.
Chiseling the book. Fred Flintstone. 4 scores and 7 years ago.
The book is crazy.
Hey man, all right. And then his wife walked by and said, "That's mine too."
Hey, give me that tablet.
Hurry up and finish.
Leave it with something.
Give me that tablet.
You know that happened to Marvin Gaye, right?
What?
He has a whole album called "Here, My Dear," because he got divorced and he owed his wife the proceeds from an album that she got in the divorce. So he took his time, made this whole album of great songs, kind of depressing at times, but you know how he felt, and he named it "Here, My Dear" because that was what she was going to get her money from.
Yeah,
That's smart.
And it's a great album.
You should have made it a trash album. So it
I
didn't
thought
sell.
you were going there.
Yeah, but you're a great musician.
You ain't gonna mess around money like that.
Tell your
And
fans
he
what
owe her
it is.
money. He gonna owe her money anyway. Might as well give it
That's
to her
real.
from there. Yeah.
Oh, don't go Marvin Gaye. We ain't gonna go down that story. Oh, I remember the moment I heard. I said, "What?" I think we were going to a track meet or something. I was like, "What?" I was listening to the radio and it said Marvin Gaye, blank, 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 and I was like,
Pops.
From his dad.
Because it happened right down here in L.A. where we grew up.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, it did?
Yeah, like
that was here?
Yeah. He was like on like 54th or something. I don't know, something in that world. And I was like,
54th
that's down the street.
54th at Encino.
Not here. Trust me, not here.
Yeah,
not here. But all right, so it sounds like one of those movies where, you know, the older lady finds a young guy. What are you, Dexter St. Jock? What are you doing on this island all alone?
Looking all good.
You know, young stud, and she like, I just like
That
young
plumber.
studs. You're right. You know,
You got
back
your-
blowers. So stupid.
head knocked
But the
off.
point is, I know the flip of that. My boy, one of my boys, our boy, he dates young, and I said, dog, I'm not gonna lie to you.
They be killing them.
He got beautiful girls. They all super fine. I said, I don't respect any of your dating life right now because I know when I talk to them what I'm going through. It's hell. Like, we don't have the same things to relate to. Right. They sound like a little more shallow. They looking at you like you a meal ticket and maybe you care, maybe you don't. Point is, when we all gathering around being grown, I like grown people conversations. I don't like, why y'all just keep talking about that? Like, you know, that kind of shit.
Oh my God, I only got 100 likes. Oh my God.
Yeah. Or this. I'm like, girl, if you don't look at me one more time, say hi. Hey. I'm like, oh man. So I wonder what she giving up to get what she's getting out of this, because on the surface, you can say I could date anybody, but you know what comes with dating anybody. It comes with a list of guidelines, a list of stuff. What about you? What you feel about it, Trip, in terms of her saying that?
She could be right at a certain point, but you know, everybody's different, I think.
You in church too, right? You go to church.
Yeah, I go to church.
Yeah, you go to church.
Faithful
As
Central.
well, you should.
Faithful Central. That's it. I used to go there.
Westbrook go there.
Oh, okay.
LL go there. There's a lot of people that go there, but it depends on who you are, though, man. I mean, some people like it young, some people like it the same age. I've been married 25 years. I'm good where I'm at.
You just said you were single earlier.
No, I'm 25.
Oh,
25
you
years.
okay.
Yeah, I swear.
Don't snitch on me like that.
I ain't had that much drink.
Nigga, hey, put his ring up in the air like that.
That's because he had to put it
He
back
threw
on.
the setup.
He did like this. Don't do me like that.
His rain back on.
Like this.
That's what she like, though. That's what she like. I don't know.
I like that too. I do like that.
I
when
think
people
it's
say that.
ironic though that she's saying that, because you said what is she doing? Most women as they get older get really stubborn and set in their ways. So a lot of what
men don't?
No, I'm saying it's ironic that she's saying.
You want to read my
'Cause, yeah,
daddy?
men do, but so do women.
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying
So does life.
right. So
Well-
she's talking about how these guys, she don't want to date these guys because they're like this.
Yeah.
Well, that is literally probably your issue, because you're not
you're
changing,
projecting.
adjusting things.
Yeah.
So you have to deal with guys that are younger. Because
Yeah.
maybe you're doing that more of a control.
Because they're easier to mold.
right, because you're not changing.
You're not changing. Bango.
Yeah,
Yep,
but
we know that.
don't get it twisted though. This is Tracee Ellis Ross. The average 52, 53-year-old female out there is not going and getting younger dudes because they can't.
They can't.
This is she's got a lot going for her. This is Diana Ross's daughter, like you just said. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
In the city of Los
And
Angeles, and you have 40 million to choose from. Like that's a huge difference.
This is like Nicole Murphy walking around. Like
There you go.
Can
Yeah.
you keep her out the conversation because she's an exemption? She's
She's
an
an
outlier.
exemption,
If you
yeah.
see Nicole Murphy right now, homie,
Yeah.
but if you see her right now, you're like,
we just seen it.
Yeah, all bet.
Recently.
Yeah, we just saw her. All bets off. Like you know what I mean? Like I walked in this room saying I'm looking for a certain prototype.
I can
and
have
then-
any prototype.
Yeah, now like okay, well, I tell Mama she old, but it's okay, Mama. You know, she loved me for me. You know what I mean? I was there. I told y'all the story when I was 19, and I met someone who wouldn't tell me their age, but I knew she was older. She didn't even tell me her age, and I fell in love with her. It's crazy, but I think she was 27ish, and my mama hated her.
They don't like that.
Oh my God! Because one, I was before my money, so Mama Bear came out like
We ain't got no money
Jaden
and she
Daniels'
wants
mama.
you.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels' mama. My mama was like, "How old is she?" I was like, "Mama, I didn't know." So I was like, "Oh, Mama, she's just a little older than me." Shit, whatever. Don't let her come over my house until you talk to me. I was like, "Damn, Mama, why you hating?" I was like, "You see her? She beautiful, bad." Way better than I could have got at 21, like the 21-year-olds, like because she was a woman, like she, woo, like yeah. So, oh, let me see if my number changed. My number changed.
My name is Tiffany.
Her name is Jawbone. So then I'm like then it turned into my sister hater, and when my sister hates you, she not like my mama. My mama was just like,
hands on you.
yeah. My mama was like, all right, keep her away from me. My sister's like, no, where's she at?
I'm gonna beat that bitch's ass.
See what's up.
Yeah. So then I start, you know when you fall in love and you on some sucker love, you start doing way more with her than you do with your family.
Mm-hmm.
You go to her family house. It's a holiday. You got to be at her house more than yours. And you know you becoming a man, but you like being a sucker too. Like right. So I'm around all her family. One time my sister lost it. I said she had this is when you know I'm sucker. She had a son. So I'm about to go into the league. My mama like, you about to go into the league and already got a damn adopt a family? You dumb motherfucker. I was like, baby, mama, what you talking about?
man.
Mama, right? She like, how old is that boy? He older than you. I was like, no, he ain't. Mama mad, right? I was like, mama, calm down. And I said, mama, I said, my sister and my mama was there. I said, y'all tripping. I was like, she a good person. He's a good little kid. Y'all like him. Don't do that to him. And I said, I shouldn't have said this.
Marcellus had to call him stepson daddy.
Yes. I'm like, I'm going to get you suckers. Well, no. Don't drink your juice. Yeah. I literally said this, and then my sister lost it and never came back. I said, he even looked like me a little bit. Oh damn.
Man, you was a sucker for real.
Yeah, she got
You
you.
was a sucker. You deserved it.
I deserved
You
it.
deserved it.
My sister said, all right.
That's it.
It's over. I'm on a mission to get this shit over, right? So anyway, I say all that to say you can be lost in the zone. Like you could be just caught up. But then you also can be on purpose with intention. Like I'm trying to get caught up. I think young dudes is like, yo, until I find who I really want, Tracee Ellis Ross, let's go. And I think she thinking the same. So I like when you say whatever you like, but I know that comes with like, that's some BS for real. Like you don't like what you like and just marry that.
What?
Oh,
and the rules,
Yes, you do.
the rules would have.
Oh, I had another follow up, but I'm like, I'm talking too much.
It would seem
Oh
like
boy, I'm gonna ask you a question. You gonna be dead after this. You gonna be mad. I asked you, prepare or leave now.
I don't want to get in the way of that. Let's go.
You want to now?
We here now. Where we
All right,
at?
we've had this conversation. Not you and I. General, I've had this conversation before. Think about everyone you married. I mean, everyone you dated. Damn. I was like, shit. You gotta love it. Everybody you dated, and then who you married, and then start saying, what does she rank in terms of like qualities? Was she your nicest person you ever met? Probably not. You probably met a nicer girlfriend, but then she wasn't as smart. Okay, so then is your wife your smartest? Nah, probably not. But she's smart. But then the other girl who was smarter wasn't as nice. You know what I'm saying? Looks like your wife. Is she the finest girl you ever dated? You're like, hell no. It can't be because she a thought. That girl's a thought.
I say that to my wife all the time.
Me and my wife be talking about this too.
I say
Like,
that
there's no way we can
baddest
max
chick
out.
the baddest chick you had is never your wife.
Never.
'Cause usually they don't have the qualities to be your wife.
They didn't work on
But
themselves any other way.
because they look so good.
All they do is dunk. They can't shoot a
have to
free
do
throw.
nothing else.
Yeah.
So
So it's real, huh?
yeah.
That's
Okay.
real. When I was growing up, I knew my wife was the one because I had a motto. If I hit it quick, she letting the next dude hit it quick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the longer it took me to hit,
More respect.
Still waiting.
I respected that.
Oh, hell no. I ain't waiting. Hey, this 25 years. I love her. She the one.
That's what she got.
It's been 25 years. Not yet.
Yeah, and you know
Keep
what makes
waiting, baby.
25 years? I mean, it's you and the person. It's you and your partner.
Hold on. We don't make a turn now. Trip, you really put, I'm not, you know I'm judging you, but it's okay. You might
that
go
don't
right
mean-
ahead.
it don't mean nothing.
I don't mean, to me, what, all right, let's
thought
go
like
around
that
the
as
room.
a
If you
kid.
mess, if the first night we go there, have you put a limit on a relationship? Yes or no? It sounds like you do. Like
do.
If I get, okay, why?
Because it lets me know that type of person she is.
You too. You that same person.
Yeah, I know. So if I hit it like, no. Let me
I
explain.
can be that, but she can't be that.
So Tracee Ellis, you're right. And Miss Ross, you're right. No wonder you got rid of this generation because they are hypocrites. They contradict themselves.
No, Marcellus,
Yes.
I mean, it's different for a man.
Oh, she can't be what I am.
It's different for a man.
Why?
Why?
Because he's saying we're whores and he doesn't want a whore. That's what he's
Right.
saying.
I don't want a woman that's
exactly
Well,
what
why
he's
should she want you?
But I didn't do it. I mean,
You
No,
did it.
what? Huh?
She
I'm about to
ain't.
get in trouble.
No, we going back 26
No,
years.
you know what? I did it, but it's a time when you have to be like, enough's enough.
What if she says that?
I think we
I hope you think about this next time you talk about this in front of your
Trip,
wife.
you can never dig yourself out of this.
Yeah, you're stuck.
If you
Checkmate.
and her are having sex on the first night, it's two of you, and you both have to participate. So anything you could say about her, she could say about you.
But you're saying
Right.
it's
But
a
he's
double
saying there's
standard.
a
It's a
standard,
double
double
I
standard.
agree
for
with why
guys.
you're saying it. I just don't think it's relevant. Like, I know why you're saying it, and it makes sense.
Oh, we all been there where
Yeah.
you had to fight that inner demon. Like, she ain't shit. Me either. But still, I don't want a woman like that. But she don't want you. But still, I don't want anybody else. What if my boy? And then it's like, you just going in circles when it's like, you the same person you talking about.
The people I've dated the longest,
Are the ones you got it from the quickest.
yes, absolutely.
The one
It happened really quickly.
Yeah.
Took me and
Because
my
you
wife.
vibe
Connection.
and
Yeah,
you,
that
and you
connection
know,
is instant
right?
sometimes.
And you know the difference between somebody you just hooking up with and somebody
Right.
you're gonna stay with for a while. You know that.
You know,
shit.
you can feel that.
in 20
Yeah.
minutes. You like,
Yeah.
ooh, this
I
is
messed
different.
with my wife before I met her.
Me too.
Why I believe him? Why I believe you?
That was part two.
Who said it? Oh, they need credit. Oh,
That was part two to Hatch's joke against me. That was funny.
Got him! Got him!
That Canadian healthcare system.
like, yeah, all of us did. I mean, we leave.
It ain't no fun if the homies
benefits.
Oh man. Okay, ain't nothing worse than when you know you married. Like, girlfriend and dating is still a problem. Like, I ain't like knowing anybody she been with.
I don't care about that. If
You
had
don't?
sex-
Oh,
If I
good.
wasn't with you and you, I don't give a damn what you
But
did.
then
See,
you
I-
care about.
but you
no,
care
care
about-
about giving it up too quick.
No,
No. See what I'm
no,
saying? Listen.
he's lying.
No, I'm saying.
No,
I don't-
I'm gonna
if I
tell
meet a
you
chick,
why. I'm gonna tell you
Who's
why.
on the back of that jersey?
Cause sell it. That's what I'm saying. So
If
sell it.
whoever's on the back of that
so
jersey,
sell it. That's what I'm saying.
hit her first.
You're in a different category. So you're saying if you know the person who smashed is probably an athlete.
No,
You're-
well,
you're
I wasn't
you're
really saying that, but I know what
you're
you're saying.
Well, I won't care who she smashed because you don't know if LeBron smashed, nigga, you be like,
Damn.
you be
Why
bringing
had
it
to
up.
use the best
Because he used
example
it,
of
'cause he
marriage.
used
We got it.
the jersey.
Oh, okay, got you.
You know, so but I'm saying if you would know the person who smashed, it's a whole different story of just saying I know person.
It's Sanyika who we.
Sanyika. Now that's a problem.
See,
You
and
see
we
what
know
I'm saying?
Sanyika.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
all right. What if you don't? If you knew like if you there's an image you would see him run across him again. That feels different than if we messed around on the first night for me. I got more of an issue of like because I know how it haunts me because it like haunts. I'll be like, hey, what's up, Omar? He be like, oh, what up, boy? Like, why your chin so high? Every time he talk to you like this, you good, boy?
Still enjoying that over there?
Yeah.
Y'all good? Y'all good over there?
Good for you. Good for you, youngster.
Hey,
You and the family good?
No, I'm glad for both of y'all. I'm happy for both of y'all.
I heard that.
Still tight.
I heard that.
I'm happy for both of
I
y'all.
heard that.
And look, nothing counters that. Look, I've been to 2 weddings and I've dated people. 2 weddings that the guy didn't know that I dated.
You shouldn't have went to the wedding.
No, I should have,
No,
because
you
you know what?
shouldn't.
I'm going to tell you exactly why, because I felt that. He invited me, and I'm like, the only way I would not go is if I tell you. And because you're marrying her, and I know how this is going to go if I tell you, you're going to just end it. And I'm like, I'm not going to be in the way, because you went all these years and didn't know. She didn't tell you.
So
if
did
he
she-
would have
did
came
you
to
tell
me, I'd be
him?
like, yes.
You don't
So
need
did
to
you
know
tell him?
now.
I'm like, yeah, if he,
Did you tell him before the wedding?
No.
So you just told him pretty much.
No.
There's only so many weddings you've been to.
Yeah, but they don't know how many. Just went to one the other day. Remember I told y'all?
Like I said,
I be going to weddings. Just free food. Free drink, free food.
Hey,
They happy, I'm happy.
at the dinner table all across America, your friends are gonna be like,
He was at my wedding.
He was at my wedding.
Every dude who you
the
came to the
friends
wedding,
know.
they look. They,
But then she gonna be the one who she like, boy, Marcellus,
that's what I'm
please.
trying to say. So
And
right
I'm like,
now,
but I will say this: I was waiting. If she would have told him, I was gonna say absolutely yes.
They're not gonna say that.
But since they don't, I'm not,
chick ain't
because
gonna
why
say
would I break?
nothing.
Look, I didn't marry her. Why would I want to cut off her blessing or fortune or dream and his as well? So I
You wanna
felt
know
shady.
why? You wanna know why?
I felt shady, but I didn't do it.
you're supposed to do it then because at the point when he called and invited you to the wedding, right?
No,
I'm-
worst
I'm
way
just-
down
That's when
to
you
line.
don't do it.
I'm
I
just
should have
saying-
did it when they first met, maybe.
Oh yes, there was another.
But
opportunity.
then-
you had multiple
But
opportunities.
then that sound like I'm claiming territory.
No.
I'm not claiming
no,
territory. Like,
hey,
oh,
no,
hey, don't do that, dog.
Hey, my man.
He didn't ask.
No,
Marcellus, you be like,
My
I don't
man.
want that girl.
It all depends how close they are.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna
Depends how
keep it a
close
buck
they are.
with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna tell you. Woo. That's what you say to your guy, right? Because now, when they see this, every wedding you've ever been to, they have to have that discussion now, which is way harder than it was 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 20
And
years
guess
ago.
what,
They
Hatch?
won't care
And
because they've been together so long. It don't matter now.
Or-
It's a hard discussion. Is all I'm
plus,
saying.
plus
Or
that
you-
same wife is gonna keep lying and be
Thank
like,
you.
You
no.
wasn't talking about me.
Yeah, and they don't know how many weddings I've been to. Like, the only reason I say that because I have been to dozens of weddings.
Has
so
he
if
been
you
to your
gonna
wedding?
waste your time tonight,
Chip, did he come to your wedding?
no.
Y'all niggas is happy right now. You see what I'm saying?
He came to my birthday party.
You're like, wait, did I invite that nigga to my wedding? He gave me a blender. I knew it.
He was blending.
I knew it.
And it was a re-gift.
She still has this blender in the garage. I don't know why she won't throw it out. I knew it.
That blender ain't never worked.
It never worked.
I am not talking to y'all ever again. I'm trying to be vulnerable here. See, the problem with being vulnerable is you got to get outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Problem with that is now you're going to expose yourself. But
Yeah.
I don't think there's no receipts. There's no way unless they tell. And if they tell, then I'm going to say yes. And I said I did it to protect you and to help you. If you didn't like that, I'm sorry. I love you. But I did it for your best interest because I don't want – you did how many years? All that? Because I hate it when somebody be like –
That sounds like the talk we had to give with our girls when getting divorced.
yeah, I did it to protect you. Yeah, I really battled with that because I was like, because I'm not, you know me, I ain't no punk. I'm like, hey, dog, come here. And I ain't want to, I was like, dog, he love her already.
But then he know.
And it depends on the type of guy he is, because every guy doesn't receive that information the same way.
Yeah.
Some guys will
He
lose
had
their
to
mind.
lose
Some guys will be like,
No.
respect. I appreciate you
They
telling
don't,
me.
they
and
don't,
that's it.
they don't.
That
But I
means-
still see them. They
That
don't.
means they kept that a secret, man.
But no.
She did.
Or I
We
think
put
that
the pieces together.
they either kept it a secret. Both of them have never mentioned it to me. Like not even on a sneak. Like you ain't said nothing, have you? You know, like none of that. So I'm like,
You know
They
the slogan.
wouldn't.
It won't hurt if you don't know. That's what a lot of
What
people live
don't
by.
no, hurt?
What you
No,
don't know
you-
won't hurt.
Slogan.
Whatever. The phrase, whatever.
Don't drink
What you
and
don't know
drive.
won't
Hey,
hurt.
don't drink and drive is a slogan, nigga. Whatever you just said is not a slogan.
What you don't know won't kill you.
Hey, Hatch, look it up. Let's see if that's a slogan or not. Hatch,
It's very deserving.
Even on my phone, it's not anymore. Oh, golly, that's funny.
man, leave Tracee Ellis Ross alone. She trying to
Damn it,
It's-
Trip. That
it's
tattoo
game.
has been wrong a long time.
At the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's
double needles.
young fella. It's game.
All
That's
right,
all
let's
it
do it. As Trip starts to sip, let's talk about this. Carmelo Anthony launching a cannabis line called Stay Mellow. Sick name.
I'm with it.
Shout out to that. Many celebs have created alcohol, sponsored, branded. Even our show is loosely like On the Rocks could be anything because you got water and you got Diet Coke, and Trip don't. Let's just say what Trip got in there is something different.
Henny, a little Henny.
And I'm with you too, boy.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm calling you out. I'm with you.
no.
And
I
so,
love it.
So a lot of celebs have created alcohol, drugs, cannabis, etc. It's par for the course when you have a brand, right? It seems like. But do y'all have a problem? Because think about it. It's itty bitties, just like, oh, that's what you do. You pop off, get a little brand, then you start, pumping, pushing something that's drug or alcohol related.
The gateway
And
drug.
Then you see some of the ills of society at large. I ain't even gonna say the hood or community. I'm saying just society at large. Y'all got an issue. Let's start with you, Richie P. With all these rappers, celebrities, everybody always saying, here you go, drink or smoke this.
No, I have no issue with it at all. It's legal, and
Well, not in every state, but
Well,
the cannabis isn't not yet, but it's coming.
right
In my state of mind.
in the states where it is,
Roll up, light up.
and somebody's gonna make that money, and it's legal. So it's not taking advantage of anything. There's cigarettes are still out there. Liquor is way more harmful to you than cannabis is, and absolutely,
What'd you say?
liquor is way more harmful.
What you're drinking is way worse than what you're smoking.
Every time I smoke, every time I drink, this is better for me.
Really?
Not for
Yeah.
your body.
That's what my body. Why my body want me to eat so much after that? Like, you don't like me? You want me to be back in more Ozempic? More Ozempic?
It's not saying eat cupcakes. You could eat.
No,
you
it's
could-
saying
you
eat
could
cupcakes, and when I eat the good stuff, it's like not enough.
That ain't it.
Man. I'm like, yo.
Listen,
Some wings.
some of the greatest
A
sports.
48 piece. You be getting a family size. Like,
order them wings.
we ordered for one? So you have no problem with it?
No, I love it.
No problem
I
at
love
all.
it. Make
No
that,
problem?
Make that
And
money.
again,
No problem?
What he said, his main point was it's for adults or it's
Yeah.
for people of age. If when Justin Bieber was 16, if he was out and he had a liquor brand or a weed brand, then it's something totally different because his fan base are 16-year-olds, right? But when these guys are 30, 35, and 40, right, their fan base is 30, 45-year-olds, which is of age for weed and liquor. So I
Why
don't
can
have a
George
problem with it.
Clooney do it and Carmelo Anthony can't do it?
Okay, one, yo, politicking ass. I didn't say
Couldn't.
black or white. You always go there. I didn't say
No.
I
I'm
said
just
rapper,
saying-
celebrity, entertainer, and you went.
Well,
you
yeah.
thought it was a Carmelo versus. Well, they
that-
get it was a water bottle.
Is it not?
No,
Is
no.
it not?
This conversation
'Cause don't
is not.
nobody question George Clooney
Nobody.
They don't.
and Randy Gerber.
And you know what? No
They
one
all
is
have.
questioning Carmelo right now. I'm bringing up the question because it really like Boyd in the Hood. Remember that scene? They were sitting there and they were like, yeah, you guys always pumping the drugs and the alcohol
community.
in the community. And I was like, that's interesting because so much of us is just what we saw and then we going to try and redesign it. You're nothing but three relationships. Your mama, your daddy, whether you had one or not, present or not in your life, and your childhood, like your general experience. My sister told me this, a couple weeks ago. She said, you know why you put gum in your drinks? I put gum in everything, like my drinks. And I was like, what do you mean?
So don't nobody take a sip out of it?
No. She said my mama used to do it, and I never knew my mama used to do it. And I did it just because I used to see my mama do it. And my mama, now when she said it triggered, like my mom used to clown around, be like, I'm putting my gum in here partly because she didn't want nobody drinking from her drink, but two, she's like, it give me extra flavor, a little extra shot of Henny in that gum. I'm like, what? But I'm a kid who detached himself in memory from that even experience. But guess what I do? I put gum in there. Just come gum in here right now. Crazy. So I'm thinking like, if you're an itty bitty and you seeing, oh, I love Ice Cube, and then all of a sudden St. Ives commercials, oh, that's Ice Cube, oh, or Jay-Z or Diddy with Ciroc. There's nothing negative. It doesn't land anywhere where you're like, because you use the worst excuse we've always heard about why you should sell drugs. Well, somebody else gonna do it. It's gonna come anyway, so I might as well make some money off it. That's what they used to say to me to sell drugs. And I was like, what? That's a dumb reason to sell drugs. Somebody gonna do it. And you just said, well, somebody gonna endorse these brands. Somebody gonna endorse this alcohol and drugs. You don't feel any of that.
No, and I know what you're saying. And
that's all.
And after I said that, I understand. I thought about that. That's a terrible reason. Because somebody's going to do it doesn't mean, and saying
You should do it.
even saying it's my job, that's a bad reason too.
Skip Bayless.
Don't tell me it's your job. If your job is immoral, then you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't have any issue with it because it's for adults. I think parents have to be parents. Keep their kids away from things that are adult, and there's a whole lot of them in this world. And then everybody will be okay.
Right. Like, I don't smoke in front of my kids. It's you got to do it respectfully and
Them
discreet.
lips are there.
Oh, they're going to be there.
Hey, what you been doing?
That's that blunt. But but I'm not ashamed of anything, man. It's legal. Liquor's illegal. So a lot of people look at it like it's a bad thing. You smoking weed and you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Carmelo's doing something to make money. He's putting a name on it. They're gonna buy it. He's a popular dude. He played NBA. Why not tag it?
Well, they may not buy it.
Yeah, they do.
Who knows?
All these celebrities got strands of weed and all that.
Bro, I go to the
never-
dispensary. They have names on different types, and people come in there.
It matters, huh?
Yeah, it matters.
It does, but I don't even think Jay has his weed line anymore. So a lot of them fall
Is that Jay-Z?
off. Yeah.
Okay. He has his drinks though.
Yeah.
That Doucier is Douce?
Douce.
Boy, we be Douce.
I've never
Me
had
and him.
I've never had Douce.
Whoa, we
cognac?
we did a 6 in the morning one night.
Yeah, it's
like
strong.
next day
It's strong.
it's smooth. It's
smooth.
amazing. But I don't have a problem with it either. I just have a problem with how I love your parenting argument. Like, because we know that parenting is porous, especially more than ever, because there are more single family homes out there. And this is not on the ambassador. If somebody right now say, Marcellus, I want you to come out with a liquor, and I've been offered before to kind of go down that path, and I was like, I stopped short because I'm like, let me try other paths before I go to like that path.
That's the last.
That's the last path, and I'm not against it. It's just like, I'd rather do an energy supplement or, you know what I mean? Something like vitamin B12, you know what I mean? I'm hoping. But I do see where I'm from, where we from, and then when you go back, there's some commonalities of why them cats are there.
But let me
And
kind of
it's
play.
usually some drugs and alcohol involved.
Let me play some devil's advocate though.
Yeah, beat it up.
Because you said you would do an energy drink, right? Pause first, right?
Ain't nothing wrong
After
with
what
it,
you
though.
said about my wife, you need to swallow your whistle, ref.
There's another one.
He swallowed it.
Tracee said, "Ain't nothing wrong with beating it up." It is when you talking to another man.
Oh yeah, we get it for sure.
Risky business over here. Oh,
Well, in that
boy,
I
case-
want to
Jersey.
talk about one thing in my mind.
No, you said you would do an energy drink, but the energy drinks have just as many death tolls as
Yeah,
liquor.
facts.
So would you really say, okay, yeah, we can do it, and then you look into all the chemicals they're going to put in it and all that stuff and say, hey, no kids, don't drink this, but there's kids dying from energy drinks
You're right.
every
But
single
knock
day.
me off my high
optics,
horse. I'm
you know
glad
what
you
I'm
said
saying?
that. Knock me off my high
optics
horse.
are better. That's the only
But
difference.
for him, morally, it's the same is what I'm saying.
I agree. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
I'm smart enough to know the difference.
Weed in some places is still illegal. The
Yeah,
energy
that's true.
drinks are not illegal anywhere.
They
That's what I'm just
should
talking about.
be.
Like
They
optics.
definitely should.
Well, I mean, but they sell it at a gas station, and it's like you might as well just took the gas pump to your mouth. Like,
Yeah.
it's just insane. It's like,
Yeah, it's bad. They're really bad.
Like, I like them all, but I'm like, yo, what just happened to me? Oh, I did this. I was on the vacation I went on. most mornings I don't drink a Celsius. I like Celsius too, but I just don't do it because I'm like, I don't know.
That's one of the worst ones too.
That's why I hear, right? Yeah. I got stock in it. So go Celsius. Let me stop. But here's the thing. Dog, no lie. I was jogging on the beach every day. So I was like, my average heart rate was at 138.
Yep.
I took a Celsius, did a
bad.
slower jog, and it was at 149.
Yep. Not good.
And I told Anna Marie, I was like, that's dope. I was like, that is fresh.
Yeah.
Well, I need to take more Celsius. And I mean, it was just like, I was just more revved up. I was like, let's go. And I wasn't going faster. I just was like, my heart rate was like, let's go.
Do y'all remember Rip Fuel?
Hell
Of
yeah.
course. Killer.
Man, I used to
Kill
get Rip
Fuel.
Fuel and
Horrible.
a thing from Coffee Bean
Ugh.
and mix it together and put a banana in it and literally go
Pause.
to Sports Club LA and work out.
Like,
You could have skipped
banana on the
banana
side.
part.
He's like, banana on the side. Unpeeled.
Look at that. Gazing at the beer.
His hand starts shaking. Poor banana.
You didn't even have to add the banana part.
No.
No one cared about the banana.
But that's what all you should do.
yourself
He like, hey, hot links and bananas. we gotta watch him. We gotta watch him.
My favorite.
And he like, oh, I like finger foods.
See, try to be
Hot link,
nice.
no bun.
That's
The
why
more
we can't
vulnerable
have,
you
that's
are-
why we can't have nice shit.
The vulnerability on this show will get destroyed. You cannot expose
Don't try to
yourself.
be vulnerable here.
Okay, so why am I feeling? Am I just old school stuck?
Yeah, you
Somebody
stuck.
brainwashed me
You
to
stuck.
thinking like, oh, you over there pumping that. Look, I know the whole government, CIA. I'm not going that angle. I ain't going snowfall. Like somebody got the crack in the neighborhood. I'm just saying. Yeah, like you know that my son and my kids love LeBron. This is why part of I'm looking at Stephen A. every time he talking, be like, don't come over to my house, dog. My kids will whoop your ass. They love because they saw Space Jam.
Yep.
A dog. They
daughter-
didn't like any athlete like they like LeBron because of Space Jam.
Yeah.
And my daughter is 5. She's like, every time she watches a basketball game, as soon as she walk in, is LeBron James playing? I'm like, damn.
My daughter does that too.
I was like, that's the Suns. Yeah. Yes, your kids do it too?
All she does is talk about LeBron.
All day LeBron. And I love that. But if LeBron all of a sudden, because Space Jam, she loves that. She loved the shoes. She loved the computer parts and all that. If LeBron was like, yeah, here's some LeBron liquor, would my
wanna
daughter
try
be
the-
more
she would wanna
inclined to
try the
like
liquor.
it?
How would
Yes.
she even know it? Right. How would she know that
Because
that
it's on.
happened?
Because
You
it's
can't-
on,
no,
It's
don't do
on
that.
during a basketball game.
It's on, dog. You
This
can't
is-
watch a game now without
Liquor
politics,
sponsors and- yeah,
sponsors,
yeah.
Bud Light, liquor.
Yes.
Like every game we watch, I literally try to watch them on mute. So at least they only get half of it. They don't get the audio with the video because the visuals is always.
Yeah. I mean, we know Coca-Cola, Bud Light, they own all the beverages, right? And of course, they have the deal with all the sports,
Yeah.
right? So you're going to see it between Super Bowl commercials and just regular NFL Sunday during playoffs. The kids see those commercials when they're so young. They don't just.
They don't
I
know.
don't recognize it if I don't recognize a celebrity in the commercial, and that's what he's saying. If it's
Yeah.
LeBron pushing an energy drink, they go have the energy drink. If LeBron pushing weed, they go have the weed, right? It's like, okay, but since they're 6, they're probably not going to pay attention to it because LeBron's not in the
Yeah,
commercial.
it's happened already. My son has watched the commercial before. He's like, Daddy, what was that smoke coming from his mouth? I'm like, no. I was like, he good.
He's like, no, that smoke coming from my mouth.
Shut up.
Right.
And don't tell your mama.
Right. Come over here and get
You ain't
this,
gonna come in the basement
come get
no
this
more.
shotgun.
Come get this second hand, boy.
No, the worst time for real, being real, that had never happened. The politics of election times, because when they start pumping the money into it and this message is endorsed, dog, my kids be watching, I'm like, they are getting indoctrinated. Like they just, one day they Democrat, one day they Republican, they don't know
Yeah,
what,
they don't- yeah.
and they just watching like, wow, that is, I mean, these sensibilities, they do come through you, right?
Yes.
We do take them in. We do all of a sudden start to look at stuff we seen as we were kids and then think about them as adults and are more inclined, let's say, you internalize it. You become more inclined to do it.
So,
Hence-
but religious organizations now have commercials.
Yeah.
Is that not worse?
I've never
or
seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, that Jesus one is
That
big.
one,
They
Jesus,
got Super Bowl
Why is
commercials.
that?
with Jesus
Why
one.
would you say it's worse? It'd be better.
I mean, it's all indoctrination.
Yeah,
but at
It's
least,
all marketing.
but that's a marketing to something good, though, isn't it?
Well, who?
That's
Well, it
subjective.
depends.
what has killed more people in this world than anything?
Than
Religion.
What's still
It's a
killing more
subjective
people in this
conversation.
Yeah,
world?
let's not even
Everybody
use
doesn't
past
look at
Not,
religion in that way.
not in not in my eyes. It's not.
Well,
subjective.
No,
That's
I
what's-
know what you're
that's what's
saying.
subjective.
Like
Right.
that's where we're trying to
Right,
get to.
right, so-
But in the between that, in the fight for my God or the God or your
Our
Messiah,
God.
Religion is strong too, man. I don't
I don't mess
make
with
any
it.
decisions on or if someone just doesn't believe, I don't criticize anything. what
Did
they
you
do.
used to? Because
Never.
I used to.
I never.
Really?
Marcellus.
Why? Why
Because
would
I
you?
used to be a Christian, like
still
devout. Like I read the whole Bible, dog, and that's hard. Like a lot of people can't say that. Like I really read it in high school, college, growing up,
I've
but
read-
really college. I
I've never
finished
read
it.
the whole thing.
I was
but
an acolyte,
I made
man. I
it
used to
up.
like
I mean, I skipped the passages too, but
Okay,
you know what I mean?
yeah, I skipped
Like
it.
I
I skipped
went through
it.
all of it, and I was all in. I sold all of my music in college. Ask Rory Jabari. I sold everything, like all my Snoop, all them rappers, all my music. Period. I was like, oh, that is not sacred. That is secular. I was that guy.
And then you heard back that thing up.
No.
He's like, I'm back.
He started twitching. I'm back. He's like,
We out there playing.
We outside.
just, he started twitching. He's like,
I got drafted in '97. I was like,
It was a
Master
rap.
P?
It
What's
was
this
a
Master
rap.
P? He's like,
was a
hustler,
rap.
baller, gangster. I'm like, I'm a Christian, cat pillar. I was in. No, but in all seriousness, I was that. And judgment to me meant this. It wasn't like, oh, I didn't go up to people and bang on them. I was just like, there's a heaven and there's a hell. You pick. And I was really thinking
worse.
that. But no, in my mind, I'm like looking at you like, yeah, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you ain't on the right side of this, of history, as they would say.
Yeah.
And it was worse because I was like, but now I can't lie to y'all, I feel like I'm not as Christian as I'm supposed to be because I'm not banging on people who ain't Christian. And that's weird too.
That's weird.
And, right, is banging
But
on
it's
people
not-
because they aren't Christian. Is that Christian?
No,
No,
that's not correct.
right.
That's the whole
So
point.
that's why I don't
the whole
do
point.
it.
Yeah.
So
I said that was
I go to church every Sunday, right? And people always ask me, "Why don't you invite me?" I was like, "I'll never invite anybody to church because if I'm the reason you're going to church, once I stop going to church, then I'll be the reason you stop going to church. So I never invite nobody to church, right? But you can go if you want to go. Everybody knows there's church out there. Go to
Yeah,
church.
go to
I don't
church.
got to bring you to my church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's more important, like you said, I think, to not say anything in order to like say, yeah, tell them to do this or not tell them.
But
to do
there
that.
are passages that says you're supposed to spread the word, etc. So
Yeah, there's a bunch of passages that I don't follow.
So that's when
Right?
it got
To be
selective.
honest with yourself, I don't follow everything. I'm not the perfect course.
That's what I wanted to
But I'm
say. and
okay with it.
You said it. That's why I went to. I was a literalist to the Bible, but then I started reading. As I read it all, I was like,
Can't be that. Can't
three
be perfect.
passages ago you said I could do this, and now
Yeah,
it says
can't be
not
perfect.
do this, and then it's like there's no life I can live that is literal to all of these words.
No, the relationship has to be perfect. You
Yeah.
can't be perfect.
So I let people be who they are.
Got to.
Which is scary because my kids are not raised in church like I was.
They got the foundation.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure? Because in 20 years, if they fucked up, I'm coming back. I told you. Like,
You said my little niggas was good, dog.
People like this. Daddy, you been watching these commercials?
Memories.
My daughters be thoughts. They're like, I like younger men, Daddy. Shut the shit. If my daughter grow up,
What's your name, Reggie? How old are you? 17? You look damn near
What kind
30.
of name is that?
bringing some dude home sagging. He's like, what's up, homie?
What's up?
Oh, you used to play a little football, huh? Oh.
My daddy told me about you.
Yeah, you all right. Yeah.
Little doughboy
Oh,
looking
he's like,
nigga.
yeah, that's cool. I'm just here for your daughter, though.
Hey, look. Hey, Pop.
She
Pop.
here?
Hey, Pop. You want some, Pop? Just say you smoke a little bit. Want some? You gonna be hot. You gonna be hot. I can't wait. I want on video. I want the video.
And then I'm like, so tell me, where you go to school and all that? He's like, don't worry about that.
I don't go to no
He's like,
school.
I just broke up with
Do you
Tracee
own a
Ellis
fire-
Ross.
do
Me
you
and
own
her
a firearm? Hey, do you own a firearm?
I maced the shit out of him. I was like, no. I'm like, come on in. And as soon as he come in, I'm like, call the police.
So never come back.
You'll be like, school is
What
for
about your?
suckers.
Because you got an older daughter.
Yeah.
So how did that go? Because I'm
So far, so great.
Oh, okay.
But she's a Puritan. Like, she's good. She's good. Like, look, she don't have boyfriends, of course. But she's in a relationship. They've been together a couple years. He's a banker. They ain't like Nerdville, and I love them for that. Like, stay in Nerdville. It's better than Thoughtville. Like, right, man?
facts.
Like, you got to pick your Ville. And she picked it. She didn't go to Ballerville. She, there was one time she dated or she liked some 6'8" dude. First one, soon I heard, I was like, who he play for? I was like, 6'8".
Can I get tickets?
Yeah, right. And she's like, no, he's not in the league and nothing like that, but he's tall. And I was like, oh. So then I thought he was a scrub. I'm like, he's 6'8", he ain't in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, ass.
Scrub.
You my
First thing you
daughter.
think
Like,
of
what you
waist.
doing?
Scrub.
Like, you too fine to be doing that. What you doing, girl? I know you. Yeah, I was like, you wasteful ass.
No respect.
You a Wiley. Like,
No respect.
but I was like, that was the only time I was like, baby, you better. Like,
It's funny how we all thought the same thing about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6'8". You a
I'm
scrub.
6'8". I'm like, who
Like
you play
literally,
for?
I didn't say nothing, but literally that was the first. Oh, he ain't make it.
Yeah.
You
I
know
went
what I mean?
all over.
working an office job. It looks crazy.
That's hard. That's hard on
It's
you.
just the reality.
It's just hard on you.
Yeah.
It's hard
So
on
why
you.
you here?
So
The
yeah.
chairs aren't even made for
But
you.
she never had that thought tendency. I got to thank her mother, my baby mama. I got to like, she has a nice natural compass to being a good kid. Like me, I am actually a good guy. Like I've never been. Dog, my boys wanted to do some crazy shit, and I'd be like, nah, dog. Like,
You was the
like
one
yeah,
talking about.
yeah. I burn your house down, but other than that, I'm good.
I've been there, bro. It's who you follow too. Don't follow the wrong man.
Yeah.
Your environment is what creates you. Yeah.
That's real. Okay, let's get into this. You got that hard out, so
Pause.
yeah, right here. Let's get into a couple more topics. The tariffs talk. We skipped over the tariffs talk, and I was like, it started getting louder because China starts saying, "Oh, D." Let me stop. China starts saying, "Hey, y'all want to start talking about how much y'all charge?" What was it, 104%? Mm-hmm. Oh, 125 now?
Yeah.
Went up to 125.
And they not going higher, they said.
That's what they
I mean, it's high enough.
Yeah, it's high.
I'm gonna be with Donald this weekend. I'm gonna ask him like, "Damn, where are we going, dog?" But point being, China start exposing America and the world like, oh, y'all thought luxury was in the bottom of Italy. Nah, that shit right here in the same sweatshop is all that cheap shit.
Yep.
Right.
And so y'all response to the tariffs, China's clapback, and what we doing, it sound like.
Well, that was the dirty little secret. I knew it from some research before. A lot of these companies, they do everything in China, and then it gets shipped to Italy, and they put the zipper on it, or they put a clasp on it,
say made
and then say made in Italy. You don't think Italians are fucking sewing hundreds of thousands of Louis Vuitton bags and Gucci bags and Balenciaga? No, that shit is from China.
I didn't know that that's how they did it. I always assumed, I'm like, this is not coming from.
Well, think about how it can be so easily counterfeited. Right? As soon as it comes out, it's counterfeited. Right. They just move the plans from one plant, from one street to the next street.
Canal
to the next
Street, baby. You just blew my mind.
Right. And
Of how?
up until now, maybe it wasn't a bad thing for the brands because their brand is still top of mind, and you always want, marketing, you want people seeing your brand, right?
Yeah.
So I've always thought that there was probably some kind of little bit of a symbiotic relationship between like a LVMH or whatever it is and maybe the counterfeiters, because the more you see something, the more people are going to want it. Right. So, but I don't know how that's what the Chinese guy did will help him. He was mad about it and he kind of exposed it, but people are going to push that away.
Was
and
it
go
just
back
one
with-
guy, or did he just unleash the
I only
whole
saw-
the influencers?
I only saw
kinda
one
like that
person.
VP, like he plays. I don't know his exact title, but isn't he like kind of like a VP, like how because he was responding to Vance, JD Vance. So I
Yeah.
feel like it was just
Yeah, and
retaliation.
It was retaliation, and he did it in front of what the bags that would be the most expensive.
Oh.
He did that in front of the Hermes replicas.
Oh.
And if you notice that, he was like, "Your best shit, we're making it." How you gonna live without all of this? You
Yeah,
wanna fuck with us? We'll fuck with everybody.
Yeah.
We'll cut them off. You're not gonna get what you want.
Yeah, I know somebody that just showed me because of all this talk and doing the prep for it. There was a $30,000 Hermes bag, and she got it for $30. So I was like, "Oh, that's not real." She's like, "No." She's like,
never.
"I wouldn't wear it around people who know it's not real, but it gets away with it day to day, right?"
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even rich people now are buying. The counterfeit market is a $2 trillion a year.
Oh, I've been there.
Business.
Oh, I got fake Gucci belts upstairs.
and,
all that.
and it's not just
All that.
It goes from
All that.
clothes.
I done got some fake Gucci
Oh,
shoes.
yeah.
Them things fall off as soon as you put them on, dog.
Yeah, most of them do.
Oh,
I got
man.
most of them, not
well,
all,
let me
but
tell
most.
you, there's some counterfeit stuff now that the president of Gucci wouldn't be able to tell you it was counterfeit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
People
I
do that
know.
with watches too, especially out here, like during the pandemic when it was going crazy, when people getting robbed left and right. People would have like replicas
of their good shit.
Yeah,
And
just in
even to
case.
travel,
Right.
you know, you
You
go
go out
into
the
a
country.
third world country.
That sounds like
or
a
something like that.
crackhead, though. Let's be real. You know that they're robbing people for watches, so I'm gonna wear the fake one. So you rob me for the fake one, so I keep the real one, but I
Yeah.
still got robbed.
Yeah.
That's crack
Yeah,
shit.
But then you don't care about it. You don't care. that
No,
it's
no,
about
good,
it.
but no. In
But
the
you're setting
robbery
yourself
process,
up, right.
yeah, you setting yourself up for the alert. Yo, come get me.
When you
but
just
but then
shouldn't
you
be
didn't get the
wearing
real shit. But I just got robbed, which is potential death.
Why you buying if you think you're gonna get robbed?
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
Right.
look,
Some
no,
people buy
guilty.
What is
stuff-
happening?
Some people buy
Guilty.
stuff to collect it for different reasons, you know.
Look, Ray, I'm not judging that part.
Right.
I just because I'm guilty. I went to Spain. I mean, going to school in New York, I bought all that fake shit, but I was broke then. But when I had money, going to Spain, I went to Spain a few years ago. Shit, walked down that street, Barcelona. It was lined up. Bought 10 of the things I bought. About 7 of them turned out to be bad. 3 of them rocked them. The watches. I don't know all that Audemars and all that stuff y'all be saying. Mueller.
Richard Mueller
Richard
watches.
Mueller, all them.
Richard Mille.
Yeah, I had all that shit. And because I'm me, people are like, ooh, you got the new. And I'll go like, yeah, and then, like, don't look at it long.
That's Chad's argument all the
Chad Johnson,
time.
Ocho
That's,
Cinco.
that's his whole thing.
Oh, he does? He wears
He's
fake
like,
stuff?
I'm rich. Y'all know I'm rich.
Right.
So all
a
his stuff
lot
has
of
always
people
been fake.
wear fake stuff.
Well,
A lot of
also,
jewelry.
and see, I know a lot about this because I've been researching this for the last couple of years for a project, and now ultra rich people are buying counterfeits.
Absolutely.
Because they're like, you know, I'm rich.
Yeah.
They look at it as disposable. They say, I'll pay $2,000 for the very best Birkin version.
Yeah.
That would be $200,000.
It just it
I'm
became
aware
a
you're not going to see me even use the real one more than
no,
once.
No. It became
So
a
it's-
smarter purchase. Like, you remember everybody was rocking the studs, right? Them things, the real ones is $200,000
Yeah,
a piece.
it's true.
Everybody had them, but
Yep.
real ballers like, I got this thing, like Chad would say,
Floss and
from
Swami.
Claire's or from the. You can still get them from a jeweler for $1,000, right?
Yep.
But you lose them things so
Right.
so easy.
Nobody
Like you
had
can't
the
just
real
lose $400,000,
Right.
Dog.
Like,
Right.
you know, it's the dumbest
That's right.
purchase ever. So a lot
Yeah.
of people just getting go to get the CZs or whatever and pop them in your ear, be the exact same thing.
Insurance, appraisal, yeah, it still doesn't justify you just lost $400,000.
Facts.
LT lost his rookie year. I think I told y'all this.
Playing
in the game. Rookie year, he had some big boys.
What, LaDainian or Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah. Damn, how old do you think I am?
Dang.
LaDainian.
I mean, I was curious to see which one he was talking about too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't as
I
old
thought
as
because of age range, you might be talking about Ellis.
Yeah.
Like Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, really?
He ain't
Because
that old.
I'm not that old.
He didn't say he was playing in the game.
Oh, good point.
Just
Good point.
reference
Referenced
in the
him.
game.
Good
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
No, I was low. He literally, you do the game over, whatever the hell, and you walk up, you do the prayer circle and all that, and then it's time to go in the tunnel and stuff, and then LT was lagging, and we looking. Then all of a sudden, word, somebody was like, hey, go out there and help LT. Help him what? What's wrong? He lost his earring. I was like, first of all, I was like, I'm from Cali, earrings. Like, I wasn't in that old Texas, left side is a man, right side is a woman or something like that. I was like, he only got one. And it's not,
Well, you see, I only got one.
yeah. Oh, so you old school like that too, right?
Used to be the thing. Yeah.
You rock both. Yeah, I rock both.
Yeah, I
So I had a
rock
nose ring. I had 5 over here, 3 over here, and a nose ring.
You's a freak.
Hey.
I was gonna say you's a freak.
2 snaps up.
I had freedom. I was like, mama, shut up. Talking to me no more. I had rings everywhere.
Men on film.
But then, dog, we ended up finding it. I can't even lie. I think we found it.
Y'all found it?
I
And
mean,
all that-
you had
and
a
all that
whole
grass.
team
The whole
looking
team
for one
searching.
earring. Yeah.
All that grass?
Dog, it's 100 yards, but it's 53 of us plus trainers. It was about 100 people
everybody.
looking for this
Probably
ring.
found- yeah.
I think he found it.
Yeah.
I really, because we left. I don't think we would have left if he didn't find it. I don't know. And nobody going to steal it because it's like
Yeah.
everybody on the field got money. So it's like,
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with that jewelry. You lose it.
Yeah,
I
he
mean, I
lost.
had misplaced mine for like 2 years. When you know, he used to do the watch with the bracelets over the watch and all that. You know, do all that. So I had bracelets, necklace, had all that in a shoe. Right, because I remember we going to one of those Super Bowl events with celebrity basketball games.
Oh, yeah.
So you walk in, you have your one outfit on, but you got to change real quick. So I for some odd reason put everything in my shoe. I thought somebody stole my jewelry.
my uncle.
Probably your uncle, right?
I need to be a comedian. That shit was good. That was a good one. Right there. I blew that shit away.
But yeah, it was like literally like 18 months to 2 years later, I found it in my shoe. Found it in my shoe. 18.
the
Because I don't
same
Because you don't wear the same shoes that often.
No, you didn't. In the league, you didn't. You had
Oh,
like
hell
50,
no.
100 pair of shoes.
That wasn't the first place you checked?
No, because you thought somebody stole it.
Yeah. He
You know
thought
what
my
I'm
uncle was
saying?
there. I
Like
told you.
when you're at Super Bowl, you got stuff everywhere. You know, you got 20 outfits for 4 days. You know, so you just throwing stuff on, whatever.
20
But
outfits.
but that's what you did at Super Bowl, though. Like,
getting
that's what
fresh.
you did.
Oh, man.
But as you can, like, again, you put your shoes back in the box. You know, so then you take them out. It was like, almost 2 years later, I found out. I was like, oh, they sold out.
I'm rich again. I'm outside. Dog, you imagine when you find $5 in your pocket, like from the cleaners, you're like, oh shit, that's $5.
Yeah.
He found a $200,000
Yeah.
earring. You're like, ah.
It was iced out. The NFL chain I found bad boy.
Okay, I got a real question, but I got to give you a story because you said Super Bowl. This is one of my favorite Super Bowl stories. The question is going to be, and Richie P, think about it, are the tariffs working? Do you expect them to work? But before I go there, talk about the 20 outfits. And all right, so did I tell you this story about Atlanta Super Bowl when I was there?
The Ice Storm one?
Yeah, the Black Ice.
Yeah,
I
I
never
was
heard of
there.
Black Ice other than the song from Goody Mob. Didn't know what that meant. Didn't know it was really like a thing.
Yes. It's a
Dog, cats was walking out there with their hard bottoms saying, yeah.
Yeah.
In the air, I'm like, yo, people
Yeah,
falling
it
out.
was
Like,
real.
yo,
It was
what is
real.
going on?
Drive over black ice in New York all the time.
Oh man, it was wild.
Nebraska had it too.
Yeah, so I'm walking. All right, so this is the best story. I think it's second year in the league, third year in the league. I'm young, but because I don't wear cool, like I'm not the guy to be like, yo, I'm in the league or what's up. Like if I see you, what's up? So Ray Lewis and I became cooler than we should have been with me being like a second year player, and it's Ray Lewis, right? So I saw Ray, and I'm on the elevator in Atlanta. And we staying at the same hotel, so that lets you know I'm spending too much money, right? What the fuck am I doing at the same hotel as Ray Lewis? I'm trying to eat though. I'm trying to win, right? So I'm in the elevator, and you go, boop, and Ray Lewis coming on, and I was like, oh, he's like, Wiley, what up? He had on an all white mink
Yep.
to the float. That thing was wet.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm on my 19th outfit. I'm in there chilling. I'm like, that's me. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, he was like, what's up, boy? He was like, what you doing? I said, oh, man, we about to go here, here, and there. I said, what you doing? He's like, oh, man, we better go to this party, this, and that. You coming? I was like, and then I was like, when Ray Lewis invites you somewhere, just go and figure it out later. Like, you go to your party later, right? Because his party going to be better. You remember those days?
Of course,
Like,
yeah,
you wasn't the
yeah.
man, so you had to go to the man's party.
Plus, you might not get that invite again.
Oh, yeah. And if you try to just show up on your own, you ain't getting in because it's a Ray Lewis party or whatever. So I'm like, Ray just invited me. And I'm like, with Jabari and them. I was like, and then I remember this moment. I was like, I wanted to say yes so bad. And I was like, I'm already fresh enough to go where I'm going to go. I can win where I go. If I go where he going, I'm a little fish. So I was like, nah. So now look, I was like, nah, I'm good, Ray, but I'll hit you if it changes. He's like, all right. And that's the night.
Yep, he got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Limo.
Yeah, that's
that's
the
it.
night.
Yeah.
That was that same night.
We
I
was
don't know where I would have
we
been
was
in
all
that.
headed to the same spot.
Yeah, I don't know where I would have been in
all
that
headed to
scene
the
and
same
scenario,
spot.
but I got invited from the man himself,
Yeah.
which would have turned into, all right, well, our limo downstairs, you want to ride? I was like, all right. And then, but I just looked at him. I was like, he too crispy, and he too Ray Lewis. And I was like, I'm not going there to lose. And I said,
Hey, but the best part about all Super Bowls is not having a plan and trying to figure it out. Ooh. Right? Going to, it was New York Super Bowl, right? Where they had, I remember we was at some other day party, and who's the old president? The white Clinton. Clinton's people.
You mean all of them except one?
Well, it ain't gonna go back that far, you know. But
You mean our whole American history?
Martin Van Buren.
he was a president?
Yeah,
I don't know all the presidents. I remember his people called to try to get in this party like we were trying to get into. So I knew it was like, okay, this party gonna be crazy, right? The Jay-Z, Beyonce party on the pier.
Oh,
So I'm like, we going. We ain't got no tickets.
Oh,
so we don't know how we go do it. So they always have these checkpoints at these parties.
Damn right.
At this one, they had at least 10 checkpoints. We get past, we get kicked back. We get past this one, we get kicked back, right? So it's probably, we were there for like an hour, like, okay, it ain't gonna work. It's just charge it to the game. That's fine.
An hour of the get back?
An hour, because it's line's going around. It's like, 300, 400 people
Six
outside,
Flags right
whatever,
now,
pretty
man.
much. And then right when you go on to walk away, some dude from Miami, he knew Griff.
Hold on. He played for Miami?
No, he the promoter
promoter,
in Miami.
yeah.
And he's like, Griff.
Rap.
Hey, my man, y'all, come on. It was just, it's the back and forth of the not knowing, but trying and not knowing. And then, like, I just remember that's the best part about Super Bowls, though.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't know, you really go get in. Like, I mean, if you ain't Michael Jordan himself, you probably ain't you got to be the man.
You got to
know
be.
what I'm saying? So
it's a big play to play, or you got to be the player.
Yeah.
Other than that, and it's so funny to watch your ascent. As you go from the party that everybody can get into. And then you're like the one that's on the radio station, and then just like, damn, it's just
your
Gen
own
Pop.
party.
This is Gen Pop, but it's some heat in there because they know they can't go nowhere else. But you like, I'm winning, and that's what Ray was trying to take me from, like a little above Gen Pop. I was like, I know I'm gonna win there.
That next level.
Yeah, I'm messing around with y'all. It'd be like Access Hollywood in there, and they're like, who's this guy?
Either that or he was trying to set Marcellus up.
Man, I ain't talking to you right now.
Stop.
He did it. You know me, I'm a snitch. When they start saying snitches get stitches, I was like, where you gonna sew me up? I'm ready. Cut me, motherfucker. I'm never, ever contemplating send no information for your ass. Dog, we ain't homies then. Fuck you. Oh, we ain't cool then. Never was. Oh, you ain't from the hood. Fuck that. Right. There's nothing you can say. You snitched on, homie.
You're a bad guy.
I ain't going down for nobody.
Oh, yeah.
You
Dog.
do the crime, do the job.
I tell her while we in a police car. They be like, yeah, the right to remain silent. I was like, no, fuck that. They be like, how you get out them handcuffs? Because I ain't going to jail. He did it. He did all the shit. He's for the shit.
You that dude on Key and Peele, the guy on Key and Peele, when he was told on everybody, he's sitting over back there, and he's like, he's smiling while you're in the interrogation room, and then he come out, no handcuffs. Then what happened?
Hey.
So you didn't say anything? Why they letting him go?
Hey,
He's walking out the police
You
station.
gotta see that.
that's the informant, dog. He didn't.
Dog, you ever been to jail? If you've ever been to jail, you know what I mean. If you
been
haven't,
there.
or you
I've
think
been
that
to
shit
jail.
cute, yeah,
It
you
ain't
bullshit.
cute.
It
That
ain't.
shit, 1 minute in jail is hell.
Changes your
Let
life.
alone a real
1 minute
sentence.
too long.
And I was in a holding cell.
1 minute too long.
Any
2 minutes too
jail.
long.
Any jail's bad.
Oh, yeah. We had that conversation before. We were talking about that. All right, so you answer this question. Tariffs working, like the tariffs, hate the tariffs?
No, they're going to be. First of all, nobody has really felt it yet.
Ooh, it's coming.
But it's coming.
The market felt
and all these.
Yeah, the markets did react.
Well, the markets reacted,
they
but people
always
aren't typically cashing out their 401s.
Yeah, it's unrealized losses.
Right, it's only on paper.
Yeah, only on
But companies are starting to send out notices. What was $4 today is about to be $8. And what that does, and I don't want to get into like an economics lesson, but what that does is that's like you getting your salary cut. Right?
Yeah.
Inflation is a cut in your spending power. Deflation means you can buy more with what you already have.
Go to Dallas.
Right.
Move to Dallas. That's why everybody moving to cheaper places, cost of living, because that cost of living makes whatever you're making feel like you got
more. Right.
Yeah.
And when everything is going to get 104 or 125% tariff coming into the country, everybody's about to get a pay cut.
Dog.
And everybody's going to feel that shit.
Yeah, that's
the median income for a household in America is $68,000.
How long we gonna deal with this?
Until these folks decide you don't have to.
Well, there's a market.
So-
I would say the intent, because he's right. The effect is different than the intent. The intent is America. What are we doing? We are importing so much. We are losing in the commercial marketplace globally because we have so much in resources. We know what our powers are, but we just keep taking it, whether you want to say China, Mexico, Canada, wherever you want to jump. Here's the general of it. This administration is like, we need to reset that. Because if not, we're going to be obedient to them because we need them forever. Yep. So when are you going to finally just say enough's enough? Now, to say that, that's like getting off the crack. Like, you know what I mean? The pipe been good to you. Now it's like, it's going to be a cost.
Detox
you got to detox. Yeah. And I think right now our markets, our sensibilities, the cost is going to force us to detox. What a horizon of this will be a benefit, which we know it will be in intent, but will it be in realization
Not soon
effect?
enough for people to feel comfortable.
But see, what you have to understand also is the velocity of money. There's a theory called the velocity of money, and that's how fast money moves from one thing to another. Right? You get paid. I'm your dry cleaner. Your money comes to me. I'm the dry cleaner. I gotta buy groceries. My money goes to you. You're the weed man. You gotta sell it.
That is stereotypical to the fullest.
Who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
You're the ski instructor.
I got a job, though.
Laura,
I got a job, though.
Karina.
I got a job, though.
Right. So it's a symbiotic relationship, right? So, but the more I have to spend, the less there is to go around.
It ain't going around.
And businesses are going to be closing. Restaurants are going to be closing.
That's facts.
It's going to have a ripple effect that's not going to be good because there's not going to be enough money to go around like it used to.
And everyone doesn't look, runway. One thing I learned about money is like every business fails for the same reason. Money.
Not enough money.
Like whether you don't have it or you don't want to put good money after bad money,
well, you
which
need
is
it.
this business.
Yeah, you need it.
Money is the same answer. Life is a sandwich. No matter how you flip it, the bread comes first, right? So I learned that, and to your point, it's going to slow down. And if you don't have a runway of money that you can live on, even if that means modifications and with your home and mortgage or rent, like, you know, COVID kind of gave people some grace. They just extended the tax deadline in LA to October. Use all that shit, because there was a time, I'm using everything. There was a time where people would be like, I look like I'm broke, or I'm not struggling. You're going to struggle to try to keep everything afloat, and then your ass going to drown. Versus use these life rafts that are out there, get educated on it, because if not, the velocity of money will harm you. The fact that you won't have the runway to survive this, which could be an episode. It could be. If it works out, it could be an episode. But if you don't have enough to get to that next place, to the shore, you're going to drown out there. And you don't need to. I think it's unnecessary.
And see, there are different kinds of tariffs. And tariffs typically, you don't typically throw all the tariffs out there at one time because they counteract each other. You throw one in response to something from over here.
Yeah.
Right?
What's the next tariff that'll be thrown up?
They're throwing all the tariffs out.
Yeah, he going all in. Yeah.
There's
like cold
there's
turkey.
more, there's more coming.
There's like 5 different kinds of tariffs you
do
can throw. They're throwing all 5 of them. You typically throw one.
But I'm saying, is there more than these 5? Is what I'm asking.
Well, there's going to be more countries that get tariffs imposed on them.
That's 5 going to other places.
Yeah.
But look, this is not to be political, but we just went through a time where, like, a few years ago, it was cheap to buy a house. Like,
2021.
Cheap. Like, I've been through the cycles where dog, 2.5 interest. Raise your hand if you got in on that. And I got a dude that got in on 1.75. I was like, what?
Win.
That's like free money.
That's a win.
And then now, or at least I haven't even checked of late. It's like 9, I think.
Right.
But before it was like 11, 13, couple months, years ago. So the thing is, like, man, this is so hard to keep up with. I understand. But the point is, I see these tariffs, and we had one more topic, but we just go in here and just play this out. I think that people need to be educated on money beyond what they teach us, not only in school,
Absolutely.
but what they teach us in terms of what the media is projecting. Because all they're going to do is make you make a decision, do you like it or not, but they still haven't given you the intel to how to deal with it.
Information.
Look, I don't like being dropped on Gilligan's Island, but I need to go home, right? So it's not about, well, it's a Trump administration that is, and Biden had the inflation out skyrocketed. You know, like, fuck that. The real is, how you going to make $1 turn into $2 in your own world of capacity? And that's that's the velocity. We need to speed up our response to this world's economic system.
So how can you navigate the response of what's going on?
How can you?
Yeah.
I mean, there's smart people out there and there's smart things. The toughest thing is to try to remove bias, because everyone is going to say what needs to be said in a pure way and then slant it because of their opinion.
Their own, yeah.
So for me, I'm blessed. I got 2 guys. I told you, Rory and Jabari, that's what they do for a living. I'm lucky. I wonder how there's a larger platform that people can truly listen to, respect, and all have community around. You may know one. I don't know. Everyone I know is like, they go on this side, they go on this side. And I literally, the same conversation, tariffs. Right. Oh, that's going to be the worst thing ever. Oh, this is the best thing ever.
Right.
And it's like,
that doesn't help.
These fucking algorithms, man.
Right. And it's not hard to figure out, but people have to be curious enough and interested enough to dive into it and just learn it and see what it is. It's not that difficult to understand if you do the work
to understand. But how do you understand the answer? Because if you know the answer, then you would have your own podcast, be talking about it, and
well, there is no answer. There's nothing you can do about it. If they're imposing,
isn't there though?
No. What are you gonna do? Your money is gonna take a haircut.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
It's literally as simple as that, Hatch.
Okay,
because
but
everything's gonna be more expensive.
Okay, but there'll also be a person that loses 80% of their net worth, and there'll be people that lose 20% of their net worth. How can I be on the 20% more than the 80% guy?
Well, I would say this: if you just know what currency is in value, it's always a detachment to what someone is giving you in terms of compensation. So it's never linear. Money is not linear.
Right.
We don't reward the same work the same way, right? I can have a value on you. I like you more than I like him. I pay him $1.20. I pay you $1, et cetera. So you got to know that it's never going to be level. Part 2 is you got to understand that money, once it's out there, if you're the one that's trying to save your money, you're like, yo, everything's more expensive. But the money you still have in your reserves, you better put it to work, because everything is going to be cheaper too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so
right?
so the markets are going to drop.
Right. And people over there panicking.
Rich people panic. Wealthy people get rich.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're like,
wait.
yes.
Yeah.
That's why they be buying up shit.
Yes.
So the last pandemic, them houses and everything, 2008, the dudes who were liquid or who had enough in reserves.
One big.
I'm buying a whole community on your head. Yeah. And you got to find, I don't know, my situation is from your situation, because nothing's level. But the point is, every problem has a solution in the markets. And that's what successful people have figured out forever. Like, you go in when they coming out. Yep. But the problem is, can you withstand all of that pressure that's coming out while you going in?
And moving.
The rich get richer, man.
And that's what you were talking about, the runway. You need that runway to be able to really do that successfully.
Yeah. Oh, there's been times where I haven't been liquid like I wanted to be.
Show it again.
I was like, I could have bought that shit.
Yeah.
And then you look up when you are, and it's like, oh, that shit costs how much now? I could have made how much?
Yeah.
Jay-Z got famous verses on that. But we're going to get up out of here. Episode 24 in the books. Trip Crip, I got a shirt upstairs for you. We're going to put that on.
I like this one.
You're not playing pickleball like that.
I love it, Trip. I love it, baby.
Represent.
I love it.
That's my dog right here.
I love it, Pookie
I've
Bear.
known him the longest of all of us, man. Shit is so dumb. He's so gangster. Love you guys. Appreciate you.
Right. I'm glad he said that. No one chooses football. Football chooses you. It's so crazy people still stuck in Pat Mahomes in the offense. I'm like, do you see these numbers? This is Marcellus Wiley on the rocks.